All right, and we are live. How is everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing good. Let me do some shout outs here real quick, and then we'll dive right into the show. Let me see who have I got with me so far. We got JoJo Rice here with us tonight. We got our old pal Ben Grimm here with us. We have got Guy Incognito. Dark Hawk Mark is here. Cliff Booth is here. We have got RJ Skarinki with us tonight. Horror Orman is here with us tonight. We've got the Country Shape Media here. Dino, what's up? Scratch, how you doing? Richard Strange is here. The Daily Ghost is here. Ghost, hop in here. We got DJ, Dylan. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. Thank you all for being here. Much obliged. I will bring on tonight's panel because we have a lot to discuss tonight. There's Orc with us. What's up, Orc? What's up, Al? What's up, Eli? First individual joining me tonight from the Flesh Wound Features YouTube channel. Dan, how's it going, Dan?
It's going, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good, brother. I'm hanging in there. Hanging in there.
Rough week.
It's been a lousy week. Yeah. And the week's it's not over yet. So let's just hope we can get through it.
Yeah. Malcolm Jamal Warner too. That kind of gets lost among the other two, but it's been a rough one.
Yep. It always happens in threes. I saw people on social media going, who's next? And then we found out today.
Yeah.
So, jeez. But thank you for being here with me tonight, Dan. I appreciate it.
Good to be here.
Also joining me tonight, somebody who's trying to be the next Metallica bassist. How you doing, man?
Doing good. I figured there's an open spot now.
Well, have they fired Robert Trujillo? What are you talking about? What could you be referencing?
It's one of the many Hoganisms that have been prevalent amongst the news lately.
You know, if as big as Metallica is, if Hogan had become the bassist, just imagine how much bigger they would be.
And leg drops for all.
Yes. Could you imagine if they tried to cut his bass tracks out of And Justice for All? Mm-hmm. Lars would be probably paralyzed right now from the leg drop.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. I'm sorry, brother. I can't do that.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Those bass tracks go in or the leg drop comes down. So,
yep.
Lord have mercy. But it's good to see you, Chris. How's everything going for you?
Doing good. It's continuing to be a very cool summer in Texas. Like in the morning, it gets around like 89 with a cool breeze. It's like, oh my God, fall's here. I was like, no, it's still July. Damn it.
I think all that Texas heat has come here.
Oh, yes. We found a way to push it on everybody else.
I don't know how you did it, but like it's here in Kentucky. I actually had a coworker who went to Florida for vacation, and she came back to Kentucky and was like, it's hotter here than it was in Florida. So, Lord have mercy. But it's good to see you, Chris. Thank you for being here, sir.
Of course, always.
Also joining me tonight, we apparently have the previous Metallica bassist here. How are you doing tonight, Lauren?
I'm doing well enough to change my name real quickly as I see a joke unfold. It is boiling up here in Jersey. My computer's telling me that it's 88, but that feels like it's being very, very conservative. It's been pretty warm all week. Yesterday was a little bit better, but yeah, people are melting, definitely, and not in a cool kind of Technicolor straight trash sort of way, just a ugly, everyone's miserable sort of way.
Just an ugly, everyone's miserable, sweating, like you don't want to get too close to people because you know that there's going to be particular smells,
Can we be honest? Do you ever really want to be that close to most people?
I mean, not real. Some people, it just kind of radiates off of them.
Yeah.
If you're in the proximity, you're going to catch a whiff, and the heat and sweat and humidity just amplifies it. You know,
Most con goers understand.
True. That's true. That's true. I couldn't imagine being at a con now and like there's some sort of AC issue. I have been at cons in summertime, and they're like, "Sorry, the AC's not working." You're just like, "Oh God, this is hell." You know. Yeah. So, Lord have mercy. But thank you for being here tonight, Lauren. It's been a couple of weeks since, or a couple of shows since you've been here. It's good to see you as always.
Always good to be back.
Yeah, right on. And I'm sure we're going to have some more people joining us here before we call it a night. But Joe Reese has hopped on here. What's up, Joe? We've got Sam in the chat. How you doing, Sam? We've got Tony here with us. How you doing tonight, Tony? Well, we're gonna Lauren's gonna eulogize Hogan here very soon. So
but I'm going to expect some fair play on this, and you'll see what I mean.
Okay, fair enough. That is.
If we're going to eulogize, we need to eulogize everyone important, not just who pick and choose.
Oh, true.
Sure. Phil's here tonight. What's up, Phil? Hope you're doing well, sir. What's going on, Brad? How you doing, sir? Well, let's just go ahead and dive right in. I mean, it's we mentioned this earlier. It's been a very lousy week this week. We lost two icons of the 20th century this week. And I was actually going to bring up Hogan tonight before I'd even heard that he passed away, because both Hogan and Ozzy had they had transcended just being associated with the art form that they were known for. If you said Ozzy to anybody, whether they've heard a note of a Black Sabbath song or Ozzy's solo work, which I don't know how you could not have heard at least a note, but still, you just say Ozzy to somebody and they know you're talking about Ozzy. My mother called me that day about something I don't even remember, but I was like, "Hey, did you hear that Ozzy died?" And like, it took her a second to like take it in. She goes, "What happened?" She's not a Black Sabbath fan, not a metal fan at all, but she knew Ozzy and she liked Ozzy. Same thing with Hulk Hogan. Like, whether you'd watched a minute of professional wrestling or not, you say Hulk Hogan, people know exactly who that is and exactly what he does. I don't think there's ever been there's not been a wrestler before, and there probably won't ever be a wrestler after to be that well known as Hulk Hogan. And we lost them both over the course of like 3 freaking days.
Yeah.
Insane. It's in like Ozzy's, of course, Ozzy's legacy is going to live on forever. Any kid, they pick up a guitar, one of the first few songs they're going to learn is going to be like Paranoid or Iron Man.
Iron Man, Crazy Train's also pretty popular too.
Yeah, I was going to say, you pick up a bass, one of the first things you're going to learn is that opening to Crazy Train. So, and like, I think more people kind of knew of Ozzy, the Family Man, or just as many knew of him as the Family Man as they did, the quote unquote Prince of Darkness.
That reality show was
huge. And it showed like, wait a minute, like this guy's like, he's a husband, he's a father, he's kind of a nice, sweet guy who's got a, wild sense of humor. He's wild, but so that really endeared him to a lot of people, probably like my mother, who definitely is not into metal, but knew him from that. And, Hogan was like that too. Hogan was the biggest player in the 80s and 90s for pro wrestling, in the hottest period of wrestling history. He was the number one guy. So we've lost them both this week. What a blow. Folks in the chat watching, have any of you actually saw Ozzy live? Did any of you guys meet Hogan, say at a convention or something like that? Let us know in the in the chat. Dan, Chris, I know you guys are both big wrestling fans. I mean, when you heard that Hulk Hogan had passed away today, what was your reaction?
Not shock. Pro wrestlers, 70 isn't an old for a normal, or 71, whatever he was. Not old for a normal person these days, but for a wrestler, that's like 125.
Oh,
So,
yeah, easily.
That's just how that goes. But yeah, you're right. I mean, he kind of transcends the sport. He's just a pop culture icon. Still is. I don't think anybody that you showed that photo to wouldn't know who he is. There's not a lot of people you can say that about. There really isn't when it comes down to it, that multiple generations, basically what Hulk Hogan was all about. And, there's been recent things that I know he's not made him the most universally popular guy, but it's a huge loss. I mean, whether you're a wrestling fan or not, you heard about him slamming Andre at WrestleMania 3. I remember people crying in school when he turned heel with the NWO. Their lives were shattered because Hogan's a bad guy. Nothing made sense in the world anymore. Greatest heel turn ever. I don't think anybody
greatest, yeah.
It.
No.
So, I mean, say what you will. There's been controversy and everything, but the impact is undeniable.
Yeah, and like you said, you can say, Terry Bollea, you can say what you will about him, but you can't deny what the character of Hulk Hogan did.
Oh yeah,
for the business of wrestling, and I just Hogan had his own reality show that was very popular for many years too.
He did, and I mean, you look at what the business is doing now. I mean, selling out these massive arenas internationally all over the place. You wouldn't have had that without Hulk Hogan. I mean, you just wouldn't have. It's a huge loss.
Absolutely. We've got somebody here backstage. What's up, Jonathan? How you doing, sir?
Hola, boys.
How you doing, man?
Most
Well, how about y'all? I know y'all are talking about Lauren's favorite thing.
Well, Lauren, we're getting to it. We're getting to it. But Chris, big wrestling fan too. We all grew up, I think, in that same era of Hulkamania. And how did you feel today when you heard that the Hulkster passed on?
It was, as Dan was saying, it's more of not so much a shock that it happened, because, as Dan pointed out very wisely, it's when a wrestler lives to that age, it is like 120, 130. So it's almost like waiting for time to show up. But it was more just kind of remembering things of the past. I've thought back because I realized him passing today kind of made me realize his match with Undertaker, where he lost, was the very first wrestling match I ever saw. Like, got me into wrestling.
Wow. Okay.
I kind of fell for the pageantry of it all and the storytelling of it all at that time, because I didn't realize it wasn't fake at the time, because it was like 5 or something like that. But yeah, so thinking back to all the really silly acting stuff he did was pretty fun. I remember staying up late at night watching Thunder in Paradise, because that was a silly, stupid show. It was fun.
Yeah.
And just enjoying the memes, kind of like celebrating him, also kind of telling the truth about him at times. But he was a bigger than life icon that really helped lead Vince McMahon Sr. to unite all the wrestling federations under one kind of banner. Because before it was all the territories, until WWF kind of absorbed everything at once. And Hogan was the lead person for that.
Yeah, for sure. Jonathan, I know you're a big wrestling fan. We're around the same age. You grew up in the era of Hulkamania. How did you feel when you heard that the Hulkster, he didn't kick out this time? Oh, you're muted.
My bad, guys. I
There you go.
was one of those kids that Dan was talking about that was crying in '96 when he turned heel. But no, I mean, say what you will about him. Even in a wrestling sense, like he was extremely toxic for the business and things like that. But for a period of time in my life, he was Superman, right? You know, his politicking aside, his opinions, all of that. He, at least until I was about, 6, 7, 8, right? Hulk Hogan was a fucking superhero. And that's the one I'm choose to remember.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You know, Lauren, I know you're not a huge wrestling fan, but Hogan's, that persona transcended that. I mean, I'm sure everybody knew who Hulk Hogan was. How did you feel about when you heard the passing of Hogan?
So the news came out while I was at work, and so I was oblivious. I was driving home from work, and it's blistering hot. The air conditioning is just starting to fill the car, but it's still very warm and uncomfortable. And the radio's on, and I flip between all the news channels on Sirius XM because I can't stick with any one of them too long because they all piss me off. And I started noticing that they're all seeming to be talking about a death, but no one had said the name yet. And here's the thing: I figured out who they were talking about. And it kind of struck me that wouldn't be the case with a lot of people. Sure, if a former president went, you could figure that out in context. A major Hollywood star. When Tom Cruise dies, that's going to be easy to figure out, right?
Oh, sure.
But that's the level of fame we're talking about here. And did I like wrestling? No. But here's the thing: when I was growing up, was the rise of the WWF among all my friends. They were certainly talking about it. I was certainly overhearing it. And their excitement was not contagious for me, but everything was kind of passive for me. All the stuff I liked there wasn't a lot of peers that were into. No one outwardly in 83 was talking about loving horror movies and 70s punk. It just wasn't happening. The schoolyards were not filled with that. So they were talking about things like wrestling. And they were passionate about it. There'd be arguments. But the thing is, and this goes for Ozzy too, we'll get to him, and someone else we need to talk about. Inside of a specific clique of our society, even if it's a large clique, even if it's a large cult, it's still a cult figure. Wrestling and heavy metal are cult fan bases. They are not the mainstream. I know in this audience it might seem like that, but it's really not the case. For to have these figures that are so big and so powerful that they even get news coverage, and that will play into the other person I want to speak about it in a bit, you have to understand that they took center stage at a time when the spotlight was all over the place, everywhere but where they were standing. But somehow they got the light on them in a way that we all know who they are. I would argue that someone like Hulk Hogan, his death doesn't really affect my life. I'm not going to think about it in a week because I wasn't a wrestling fan. But every time he comes up in conversation, I won't be lost. And there's a whole lot of conversations where I'm lost about wrestling. So if you don't recognize that there's something more than just the death of a professional wrestler, which is a conversation I've overheard Dan and Jonathan and Sam and some other people talk about a lot of times over the years, this one I can actually follow the narrative, and that means something. I don't know if he was a great person or not in private life, but I know he made an impact. He was the face of the coin.
Absolutely.
Does that work? Was that
worked? That was very respectful. Everything you said was absolutely
that was great.
On.
It's the nicest stuff I've ever heard him say about professional wrestling.
Also, wrestling is idiotic.
No. I think we're wearing him down, boys. Wearing him down.
Really not.
And now he's going to go by Mr. Nanny on VA.
Someday you'll be really old and what
do you mean someday?
No, I mean I'm just enough younger than you that when you're at the nursing home and incapacitated, I'm gonna roll right on in there and I'm gonna force you to watch wrestling with me.
I'm not going to live that long, Jonathan. You're not going to have that choice.
I'm going to make sure it happens. I'm going to bribe some people.
We've got somebody backstage here.
Ooh.
Chris from Slasher Home Video. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are y'all?
Doing good. Doing good, brother. Doing good.
Oh yeah, brother.
Did I cut somebody off? I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I was just about to ask if anybody had any, if anybody had the pleasure of meeting him, or do you guys have any like Hogan or Ozzy merch?
Well, Hogan, no, but I don't know. I always figured I'd have time. That seems stupid, but it was like, I want to meet Hogan. I'll get to it. I'll be in Florida or something, and like I'll go by the shop and I'll do a signing. But yeah, I waited too long.
I do have my one figure autographed from him.
Hell yeah, brother!
Cool.
A very somber. Hell yeah, brother!
I had a Hogan wrestling buddy that I would kill to still have.
Yeah. He was at a convention. Oh, that's cool. Oh, you've got the NWO macho.
And
nice.
Oh,
these are mine from when I was a kid too.
Wolfpack stain.
I'm not sure if that makes it better or worse.
I'm married and like okay, like it's all right. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no red flags that we need to dig into.
If you're married, you can have as many wrestling buddies as you want.
Yeah, that's true. He was at a convention. Yeah,
that's how it works, dude.
Hogan was at a convention many years ago I was at, but they had him hidden away. And like if you didn't like pre-order a ticket to meet him, which I don't even remember how much it was, like you couldn't even lay eyes on him.
You couldn't get a gaze.
Couldn't even take a gander at him. That's how they kept him hidden away. Our buddy Garrett's here. What's up, Garrett from Born to Be Rad? Doesn't work for me, brother. To pull the creative control card. Yeah.
Well, he got cremated because he refused to be buried.
Well,
I can respect that.
I believe that. I really do believe that, as a matter of fact.
Ain't nobody burying me, brother. I do bury.
That's a wrestling term, Lauren. It's a fun.
You just ruined it, dude.
Sorry, bro.
I thought I was there. I thought I was part of this conversation. You just proved that I'm not.
Yeah,
he put his foot on the rope.
Nobody's going over on Hogan. All right,
no.
Hogan always goes over.
Before he died, he put his boot on that rope just so.
Yeah, we
just in case.
Have we asked the author if it's a fast count or not? Where's Bret Hart when you need him? You know,
right?
Oh my God!
I think death is one of the gold, sucker. Coming for you, Hogan.
Oh man!
The last person in the Dungeon of Doom?
Oh yeah,
it's the last opponent.
See,
Bret's
now you
tweet
completely lost me.
Brett's tweet was just like it should have been you, Goldberg.
Chris, Slasher Home Video, Chris, thoughts on the Hulkster?
I mean, they're household names, him and Ozzy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I doubt I can say anything anybody else hasn't. Like you were saying, like the first riff you learn is Iron Man, like every time. That's like the official first riff you learn when you pick up a guitar.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about Ozzy a little more. I mean, we were talking about, I don't know if you mentioned this while we were live or not, but there's like an unholy trinity between horror, metal, and professional wrestling. Like you can go to a horror convention and like there's metal guys and there's a row of wrestlers at a horror convention. So you've got Art the Clown with Scott Ian with Diamond Dallas Page. Scotty, yeah, there you go. Like all together under the same roof. Like what you
and
walk in there,
weird.
like, what is
it's
not weird.
Mm-hmm.
It makes total sense.
Everyone's excited except Lauren.
So I just argue that you could say there's a strong connection between almost anything in horror and draw a strong correlation. You could say there's a strong correlation between horror and strippers, and you wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah,
Well,
So
those
I
strippers
just- I-
also
and I'm
align
not-
with wrestling and metal too. Though,
Sure,
so.
sure, but that's the point. I think
what
it
if
all
we say like dope shit goes together? You know what I mean? Like,
okay, but that you can fit a lot of things under that umbrella. Is all I'm
I'm
saying.
cool with
I
that,
think
dude.
sometimes it gets a little overstated, the connection between horror and wrestling, or even horror and metal. I think you can make a bit stronger of a case there because those early metal bands really were diving really into that same imagery as Mario Bava. So I mean, it's a little bit easier, I think, there. But I just don't. I don't know. I don't like the presumption that everyone that's into one is naturally going to be into the other. In the case of wrestling, I'm not. I know I'm not alone in this. In fact, it's already come up in the chat. So,
Well, I would say though that like if you have a reference to a movie in a wrestling capacity, it's usually going to be a horror movie reference. Most entrance themes, I mean, you could argue this, but most entrance themes are probably metal, right? So like, I think there's a correlation for sure. They're all in that same kind of like subculture.
I think it's like what
black t-shirts and beards kind of people. Yeah.
Lauren was actually kind of hitting on it earlier. They're cult fan bases, and they all feel very welcoming. Like if you're into that kind of stuff, so they all have the same vibe.
So have you ever done the little thought experiment of taking an obscure word at random in your life and just paying attention over the next 48 hours, and that word will appear?
Is that frequency illusion?
Yeah, exactly. So until we're tuned into something, we don't get the bias towards it being present. This shows up a lot in people saying, well, I said something out loud and now I got an email about it. Someone trying to sell it to me. So there must be some vast conspiracy. And there might be. I'm not against that. But I'm just saying that if you're looking for a connection, it'll seem stronger than it is. And that's true in everything in life.
Well, I was going to say, to second Lauren's point there, it's almost kind of, to give a quick analogy, it's almost like one of your close friends gets a new car, then suddenly you see that same model and color car everywhere. We never saw it before.
Yeah.
If you've ever been diagnosed with anything serious, suddenly it's all over the news. It wasn't before. It's not about you. It really isn't.
You mentioned, let's talk about the Prince of Darkness, though, right?
You mentioned Mario Bava, and I wanted to mention the Bava box set that I got today from Scream Factory.
Nice.
And it's got all the classic Bava flicks in it. However, classic Scream Factory blunder. They gave me 2 copies of 4 Times That Night and no copy of Kidnapped.
On a $200 set.
I don't think it was $200.
It's $180. It's $180.
Is Danger Diabolic in there?
Danger Diabolic.
Major omission.
Actually, no, it's not. But yeah, I was like, I posted a picture and somebody was like, bro, they gave you 2 of the same one. And I was like, no freaking way. And I was like, oh my God, Scream Factory.
It's not a good time for them.
Well, yeah, it's almost branding at this point.
Yeah. Jeez, oh Pete. But anyway, so Bava got brought up. I wanted to throw that out. It's a beautiful looking box set, great movies, but like, Scream Factory, come on, live and learn. Anyway, back to Ozzy, the Prince of Darkness. He is of course left the building too. I have seen nothing but eulogies to Ozzy on social media the past few days, from rock stars, from fans, from people the world over. And like I'd mentioned before, I mean, he was one of those you just say Ozzy, everybody knows his influence will live on forever. And but it's like that one, because Ozzy had like defied death so many times before, like death feared Ozzy. It almost seemed like you just kind of thought Ozzy'd be around forever, kind of.
Yeah, that's what hit me.
Yeah, but you always kind of, you in the back of your mind, you knew that day would come and it would be a bad day. Then he did his final show, and like
2 weeks.
it wasn't long. Yeah. And there were some songs he sounded good. There were other songs he definitely sounded a little shaky. He had to sit on his throne the whole thing, but the whole time. But like it was like such kind of a triumphant farewell. And 2 weeks later, a week later, whatever. Now he's gone.
Well, it's Kruger from Dan's channel told me, like, and I immediately, like, because I had just heard and was like, yo, Ozzy died, and he was like, you can't even be sad because, like, he went out on his own terms. He lived like an amazing life, and he died like a legend. You can't be sad for him,
right?
It's
like I think he was
like,
I think he was 77, and there were a lot of life in those 77 years. So
I think if we're being real, he looked like shit 30 years ago. So considering he was able to overcome that, I mean, we all saw him on the reality show. He wasn't the picture of perfect health, but man, that dude was hilarious till the end. Just wow. And I mean, we talk Hulk Hogan as a pop culture icon. I don't own a lot of music stuff. I have some Ozzy stuff. That is, because he's Ozzy. Ozzy and Paul McCartney because of a family friend. That's it.
Paul McCartney.
Well, I'm not a fan. I just have some stuff. But Ozzy was an absolute legend. I still love his little cameo in Trick or Treat. One of the best cameos, ironic cameos.
No, the best Ozzy's ever been on film is in The Decline of Western Civilization or the OJ. Drugs are okay without breathing,
I thought you were going to say Little Nicky when he showed up as like God.
Yeah, look at the end
or something. Yeah.
His safe sex speech, and I don't even remember if that was the reality show or where that came from. If you Google that, his advice on safe sex, it's hilarious. Without even trying, and great family too. If you really, I saw Michael Rosenbaum's podcast a while ago, had his son Jack on, and just hearing him talk about him and everything, huge rock star, but down to earth, was just a real human being. I'm glad he got to go out doing what he loves.
Let me give a shout out to Christian, who's hanging out with us tonight. What's up, Christian? Hope you're doing well. And we've also got Corey from the S'mores and Doors podcast here with us tonight too. How you fellas doing? Lauren, I know you're definitely a metal guy. I'm sure Ozzy and Black Sabbath had a huge impact on you. Go ahead and tell us about it.
Well, I'm just a rock and roll guy, really. I mean, and metal definitely falls into that. Any great form of any genre, subgenre, I'm into. I want everyone to do an experiment though, because I swear this will work. Some night at 2 a.m. when you cannot sleep, go out, get in your car, drive until your fuel meter hits the red. You're just on empty. Make sure you're too far to logically get back home. And at that point,
doing that.
Listen. And at that point, put in a copy of the fourth Black Sabbath album, preferably on a cassette tape. But if you have to do CD, go for it. If you have to do MP3s, do it. I guarantee a few things. You're going to get home on no gas. You're going to get there twice as fast as you thought you would. And you won't sleep the rest of the night. There's something magical
in cocaine that comes with Volume 4 to do that.
Pretty much.
You need cocaine and a knife.
There is something about those early Black Sabbath records in particular, and a little bit of Blizzard of Oz, but let's stick with early Sabbath. That really is almost supernatural. In the same way that, the best of Led Zeppelin is also that way. It puts you in a different headspace, but it doesn't stay inside your head. It seems to affect the entire world around you. Black Sabbath influenced everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone. not only do you not have metal without Black Sabbath, although, I mean, look, Blue Cheer were out there, Steppenwolf were out there, Iron Butterfly had laid some groundwork. It's not like it came out of nowhere. But those first 3 notes on the first album, it is an invitation to a different dance.
It inspired a whole subgenre. There's like a whole subgenre. Doom metal is just fans trying to capture Sabbath.
But I wouldn't say it stopped there. I mean, do you have punk without Black Sabbath? I don't think you do. Do you have industrial without Black Sabbath? I don't think you do.
You don't have probably any of the major down-tuned.
I don't think you have hardcore hip hop without that kind of ferocious honesty and not trying to chase the charts. Didn't come from nowhere. Black Sabbath knew they weren't going to be played on top of the pops in the UK. They made it anyway because it was honest to their interests and who they were. That kind of genuineness affected all good music afterwards and was rejected by all bad music afterwards. All the disposable crap. Those guys never listened to Sabbath. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I think. When I think of Ozzy, I don't necessarily think of Ozzy in the last few years or the reality show because I never watched it. I think of him as a guy in a band who are being incredibly honest and putting out some great art because the art was what was important.
Mm-hmm.
That it happened to be groundbreaking and awesome and new and fresh in those early years. That's a side benefit. The truth is, this is before Johnny Rotten took the stage and was, vulnerable and raw. This is before Kurt Cobain came out there and said, with their big breakthrough hits, basically saying, "I'm terrified to be on stage." This was Ozzy and Geezer and the crew just being completely honest and open and brave. And maybe turning a bunch of kids into Satanists. But that's okay.
I don't know if I gave a shout out to Swaggy. He's hanging out with us tonight. He can't be with us, but he's hanging out with us. Somebody brought up. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Chris.
I was gonna say somebody brought up Malcolm Jamal Warner. Maybe that's what you were gonna say. We can't forget about
Chuck Mangione because that's clearly the bigger one.
Well, I was going to mention if there's an Ozzy biopic, who's going to play Ozzy?
You can't do that. They're gonna hate whoever you pick.
Come on, that's obvious. Swaggy just said it.
Oh, yeah.
Off the ground.
Yeah.
Hey, do that next year. Swaggy, just dress up as Ozzy. The glasses, like a big black wig, bunch of rings.
There you go, Swaggy. But yeah, we lost Malcolm Jamal Warner, who again, I mean, another, like, he was on the Cosby Show, which was one of the biggest sitcoms of the 1980s. He was in everybody's home on a weekly basis. Not mine. I wasn't really into it, but I know, I mean, a lot of my friends in school loved the Cosby Show. So that was that's another big part of the 80s. That
he also made a bunch of educational videos on like how to have fun at parties and stuff.
Yeah, how to be cool.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, are these on YouTube?
Yeah.
I'm sure they are.
Oh, well, I need to see that.
Yeah, you definitely
I didn't know
should.
that. And you said
how to be cool at parties.
And Chuck Mangione, aka King of the Hill.
Chuck Mangione.
Mm-hmm.
I
didn't know about that.
We lost another musical genius a week before, and it didn't really get any press. And it's most people are going to shrug at it, and that's okay. But do yourself a favor and check it out. So Douglas McCarthy of Nitzareb died, and Nitzareb, if you're not aware of the band, was the band that took the industrial genre into the field of wider pop acceptance with a bunch of hits off of their album Belief in 1988. Control I'm Here in particular was a clip from that was even used in the MTV 120 minutes bumper reel. But early Nitzareb takes everything about harsh electronic music but added choruses and riffs and hooks, all the things that everyone thought was so groundbreaking when they heard Pretty Hate Machine in 89 or 90, depending when you first heard the first Nine Inch Nails record. But truly a guy who was building off of almost nothing. Nothing sounded like Nitzareb when Nitzareb started. Maybe Throbbing Grizzle and bands like that out of Europe, but they were extremely underground, and I'm sure even a band, the average UK band was not hearing much from there. Chicago hadn't happened. There was no Ministry yet when Nitzareb started. So if you want to talk about someone who changed music, every time I hear a modern hip-hop or a song or even most pop songs, I hear industrial production and how they're approaching drum machines, layered synths, loops. All that was invented by guys like Douglas McCarthy back in the day. And maybe he doesn't have the superstardom that he deserved, but we shouldn't let him get lost. Check out Nitzareb's videos on YouTube. Certainly by belief, it's a brilliant album from front to back. It's one of the best industrial records ever released.
Right on. Let me see what's going on out in the chat. A lot of people wishing Ozzy and Hulk and so on good journey into the beyond. The singer of Golden Earring.
Oh, that's right. I saw that.
Didn't know that. Yeah, very sad. I think we need to close this segment out with this.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Forever in our hearts. Forever in our hearts. Our brother forever. Gone but not forgotten. Let's move on here. Let's get into some lighter territory. Have you guys seen any good movies lately?
Oh, I thought we were going to talk Epstein.
Oh, damn! Let's do it.
I just happen to have the list right here. Chris, have you seen anything good lately?
Which Chris?
Oh, I'm sorry, tall Chris, the tallest Chris.
You're bigger Chris.
Nothing lately. I don't know. Like, I'm planning on seeing some samurai movies here soon because I haven't seen many in a long time. Alamo Drafthouse is doing a series of them.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I'm gonna go see Lady Snowblood. So I'm looking forward to that. In a couple of weeks.
Really good.
All right, now I feel even better about it because Lauren got excited by that. So I feel even better about seeing this movie now.
It's very good.
But yeah, in general though, like I haven't seen anything really new. I'm just too busy with work, and nothing seems super appealing coming out soon for movies wise. I mean, I know there's a new I Know What You Did in the Summer of 30 Years Ago, but I don't know. I'm not too sure about seeing that in theaters.
Okay. I think you can wait.
Okay.
I'll put it out there. I think you can wait.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you can wait.
Save the $20.
You wait forever.
Yeah.
Let's see. The other Chris, the also tall but not as tall Chris. Have you seen anything good lately?
I watched Clown in a Cornfield, which I kind of liked. I thought it was pretty good. And Megan 2.0, which was like, it was better than I thought, I guess. It still wasn't great, though.
Anybody else see that one?
Yeah,
I did.
No.
Of course,
it was fine.
What? It's like,
I mean, it's not a horror movie anymore, obviously.
Right.
You can
It
tell
felt
that
a
from
lot
the
like
trailer.
I keep saying it feels like Terminator 2.
That's what it looked like from the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're that's kind of
Yes.
what they're doing, but I think they lose the narrative a little bit towards the end, and it's like, I don't know, it's definitely like a popcorn movie.
Yeah.
Here's the weird,
and not made for me necessarily, I guess.
Here's the weird thing about that. Like you made a horror movie, you put it out in July. It was in January. It was modestly budgeted. It had a great marketing campaign, and you turned a profit on it. So let's do a sequel, but let's make it a completely different genre. Let's
Mhm.
put a bunch of money into it and let's dump it in the summer. And then they're like, why didn't this thing why wasn't this thing huge? Like,
Well, I thought that the TikTok viral marketing, I think they thought that superseded the fact that it was a horror movie, and they were just going to try to turn
I
it
think
into
they hit-
something that kids they thought might latch onto. Maybe, I don't
I was
know.
about to say, I think their audience skewed much younger than they thought for the first movie, and then they adjusted for the second movie.
Okay.
I just, I made a video, 7 years ago or something like that called Done with Blum. And I've been pretty true to that. I haven't seen much since. But you know what? It's like in the early days when I was a supporter of the Blumhouse concept, I thought it was like the Roger Corman thing again, whereas you kept your budgets in line, you kept yourself to 3 locations, maximum 5 actors, got the thing made for $7 million, and you put it out and you made back your budget on opening weekend. Anything you made in the second or third week was profit. Brilliant. We get a lot of great little horror movies that way. And like early stuff like Dark Skies, which no one talks about, fun as hell. Because there was no stakes as far as making it. They could do something a little bit crazy, a little bit offbeat. But somewhere along the line, like Blumhouse started getting all these IPs under their belt that actually had to make a profit. And the irony is that they haven't seemed to be able to make that work. And even when they're building off a franchise that they created, like Megan, how quickly they want it to be this big iconic thing, and you can't build icons that way. Halloween was not made to be iconic. It was made to be a nail-biting suspense film. John Carpenter succeeded so wildly it became an icon. Friday the 13th, same thing. I mean, even more so probably, right? Because the most iconic image associated with it didn't come out of that first film. But the first one was wildly successful. But I think Blum now, they're searching for like event releases. That's not what the company did well. That was so long ago. I mean, what was the last great Blumhouse film? Was it The Hunt? How long ago was that?
Well, every studio is going to get so big that they just become corporate and lose touch. That's just inevitable. Like, it was just their time.
You know what's ironic with the Bloom is they'll have something like The Passenger that is fantastic. It's a pickup, I believe, and that might be why. But doesn't get any kind of a release, no advertising. I don't know. Their instincts are not very good.
Is that the one with Patrick Wilson in it? Or
no, Kyle Gallner, I believe, is in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm hopefully I got the title right, but it's very, very good. And there's a few movies called that, unfortunately, but that's the one you're looking for. And it's like they don't market it. It's not, they didn't take a shot at a theatrical. It's a shame because once in a while they'll get something good, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they spent that much money on Megan 2. And I don't know why they released it during summer where there's a lot of other event movies.
I think they probably released it, I'm making a guess here, is because the first one skewed towards kids so much. And with the second one, they let the marketing team lead first before any kind of writing or directing or anything else like that. And they thought about how much merch they can sell, how much cross promotion they can get. That's going to bring all the kids in because they're off during the summer. They can see this movie 2 or 3 times. It'll be the talk of the school. But no.
There's that little robot in the movie that I am positive there's going to be like T-shirts of, and you can buy your own little robot.
Yeah.
See, it never works when you do that.
Exactly, because you're forcing it. It's not letting it naturally happen.
You got to get the conversation to happen organically, and you can't be part of it. So that's what marketing should do, because you get people talking independent of the marketing.
I think it was the TikTok dance is what everybody said it was. It blew up. I mean,
I think
Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was going to say to use a Southern parlance with Megan 2.0, maybe just with Blumhouse, the company in general, they've just gotten too big for their britches.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Chris, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say that the thing that worked in the movie was like the comedy. I enjoyed a lot of the comedy. I really liked the detective a lot. You know, it was just in a weird spot because like the first movie didn't have a lot of that, and then suddenly we're in kind of like we have zany comedy characters all of a sudden and stuff, and like on the nose villains and shit. It was just weird. It was a weird transition to like a grounded in reality kind of tone to like The Fifth Element. Sometimes it even felt like it was getting so crazy. Like, you know, it was weird. A weird shift.
Yeah. Well, I talked about during the last stream, I mentioned having seen two of my favorite movies of this year, just really back to back. And Lauren, you weren't there, but I wanted to get your input on both Bring Her Back and The Shrouds. Have you seen both of those?
I have not seen Bring Her Back yet. I have it, but I have not seen it yet. I'm in a weird place with that because I love Talk to Me so much that I'm kind of paralyzed. This happens with every Ari Aster film that comes out too, as well. Like I get terrified to see his next because I don't want to harm my impression of him as an artist. And I know, Dan, he's going to give me the Beau is Afraid.
You should. Well,
I still haven't even seen that.
I don't know about that one. I think you will like Eddie.
Bring Her Back just has such dark themes. It's so up your alley.
Does.
You'll definitely like it.
I know, and
Yes.
it sounds great, but I'm worried that I build it up, and I get so hopeful when these directors go to the different emotional places than horror has before the last decade anyway. It has been associated with, because that's what I think the genre is evolving into. I think sadness and regret and remorse and guilt over feeling negative emotions is where the genre is headed. It's not, the boo stuff is done. No one's afraid of anything anymore in our society. So it has to be the other emotions that we actually, embrace. Paranoia is still out there. That's the closest. But I have seen The Shrouds. I saw that in theaters, and I have definite feelings about that, which is that as much as I loved Crimes of the Century.
Crimes of the Future.
Crimes of the Future. I like The Shrouds a lot more. I think it captured what Cronenberg was doing for a while there with films like Dead Ringers, whereas the horror was occasionally overt, but that's not what stung you. What stung you was all of the moments when a character's emotions was bleeding through, and they were complex and ugly and weird, and there was enough mystery left on screen to make it compelling, which is what Cronenberg and Lynch were the two the two masters of that. Like understanding that if you overtell anything in any of the dark side of cinema, it falls apart, and they understood what to keep off camera. The old school saying would be like, don't show your monster too much, right? They understood that their monsters were mainly psychological. So you don't overtell the psychology. And that's why sometimes like people will say, well, Cronenberg his characters don't talk like real people. No, they don't, because they're not real people. He's acknowledging that. He's letting the story tell itself, and he's a strong enough storyteller for it to work. Also, and I know a lot of people have a problem with it. They think the film just ends with a scene that doesn't match the rest of the film. It is probably the smartest ending in 30 years. Certainly, it owes back to that whole Jacob's Ladder occurrence of Owl Creek's Bridge thing, but it does it in such a cool, self-obscured way. I just loved it. And I loved watching people walk out of the theater and not sure of what they made of it. They had to process it.
Yeah,
that's good.
It took me a minute because like it ended, and I went, wait, that I wanted more because I was so invested in the movie. So like it took me a second, and then like I don't know, I kind of got chills, and I was like, okay, that's perfect.
Yep.
So yeah, I really liked I love Cronenberg, but I ended up liking The Shrouds a lot more than I thought I was going to like The Shrouds. And you will definitely, I don't think there's any question you're going to like Bring Her Back. I mean, that is grief porn.
Yeah, well, that's my wheelhouse.
That's A+ level grief porn.
Maybe I'll do it this weekend.
Jonathan,
you should definitely check that out. Yeah.
No, I'm saying
very
it's
good.
it gets you so much. It's right in the pit of your stomach, man. Like
It does.
Mhm.
Oh my god, you feel so much
But
for those.
those for teeth, what Fulci
No,
did.
that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the main antagonist, like how
Yeah,
much I
like
felt
the grief.
for her. Yeah,
Mhm.
even
Mhm.
though, yeah.
Sally Hawkins is always hitting a home
Oh,
run.
she killed it.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. Has anybody else seen anything recently they want to mention?
Yeah, Dan, let's talk about that fucking piece of shit, The Home.
I didn't think it was a fucking piece of shit.
Well, you're wrong. It is a piece
What
of
was
shit.
it?
Fucking horrible.
Super predictable. Which I will grant you that. The Home is one of those movies you see the trailer and just boom, boom, boom. I know exactly where this movie's going. But with my expectations as low as they were for a Pete Davidson horror movie, it was fine.
What's the premise?
It
If
was
you don't
not
mind
fun.
me asking.
So Pete Davidson is part of a foster family. His foster brother goes away and dies.
And they make a big point about him being a foster kid. I wonder why.
And I don't want to spell it out. It's very easy to guess where things are going. So he gets in trouble and goes to this old folks home where they basically give him community service as a janitor, and things are going on at the home. Sinister things. So it's very predictable, bloodier than I expected. It's a throwaway popcorn movie, but it's fun. I get why you didn't like it, though. I mean, script wise, it was pretty damn obvious who certain people were.
Oh, it's so it thinks it's so clever and it's so dumb. Because will you be really upset if I like I won't say what happens, but I'll destroy the movie by analogy. Will you be upset if I do that?
No, go ahead.
Okay, it's like the writers saw Get Out and was like, we could do that with crayons.
So I didn't even know this movie existed.
Oh,
like
it's fucking awful.
I'm just hearing about this movie right now, so I had no idea it even existed. I do want to jump back to Cronenberg just really quick. After watching The Shrouds, it compelled me to go back and rewatch A History of Violence and Eastern Promises. And I already loved both those movies, but I hadn't watched them in years. And like, Viggo Mortensen is just so freaking good in both of those. But yeah, those are great films too. I think those are two that kind of get overlooked because I think people probably think those are just too normy for Cronenberg. But both great movies.
If you watch that, I'm going to encourage you to check out the Indian remake of History of Violence called Leo.
Okay.
Which I don't no shit. It starts with the protagonist having to trap a runaway hyena that's attacking everyone in a schoolyard.
Okay.
And yet it's a remake of History of Violence. It's amazing. It's like, you'll love it. It's very different. But it's the same story, but it's very different.
Okay. Well, let's move on and let's talk about I Know What You Did Last Summer, and that's going to segue into another topic. Dan, I know you saw I Know What You Did Last Summer. Lauren, I know we couldn't. You'd blind yourself before you watched that movie. Chris, Jonathan, did you guys see the new I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Not yet. I'm probably going to wait until it hits home.
It feels like a watch it when I receive it kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to me, I'm not going to it.
Same.
And that seems to be the feeling of a lot of people because it's apparently not doing that great at the box office, and there's like a whole segment of people online that are like begging people to go and watch it because they're desperate for a sequel or they're desperate for more legacy sequels
We didn't need
from
this
other.
one.
We really didn't.
If it's enjoyable, that'll be awesome, right? But like, I don't think anybody was clamoring for this.
I don't think anybody was clamoring for another I Know What You Did Last Summer. I did a review of the movie. I was very critical of it. I thought it was just an objectively bad movie that got horrendously bad in the last act. But But there's so many people out there that freaking love it, or at least they say they love it. Like it's the best horror movie of the year. It's the best legacy sequel of the year. It's the best I Know What You Did Last Summer movie. It's better than Scream. It's like I've seen all sorts of wild reactions to this movie out there. And
Are these from horror fans though?
These are from people on social media. These are from people who, I mean, I think. Well, and what's funny is, and I want to get into nostalgia, but I think most of the people that are championing this film the most weren't even alive when the first one came out or the second one. So their nostalgia for those movies are, you know, they saw it on, they rented it from Blockbuster or something, you know, I don't know. But Dan, I know you saw it. What were remind everybody what your thoughts were on the movie.
Well, it's very dumb. Which is, I mean, I wasn't expecting anything more. The last one was dumb. You know, there's some fun to be had. I mean, the twist, or the final twist, I should say, I don't think makes any sense whatsoever. One thing I did give this movie credit for, and I'm not going to give away spoilers or anything, don't worry, but it does make moves where Scream doesn't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they don't make sense, but at least they make a move, I guess.
And I think they made that move. So, like, okay. To me, this movie is, they put a bunch of keywords in ChatGPT and it spit out the script. Like the whole movie almost looks like it was created with AI. But then they went, you know what? You know, people online are really pissy about Scream not being what's the word I'm looking for here? Gutsy, ballsy, whatever. So they tacked that on, and like you said, it just doesn't make any sense. It's ballsy for no reason, and like I wouldn't even say it's ballsy. It's just kind of dumb, and like you're nostalgia baiting people, but then like you're crapping on their nostalgia at the end.
Yeah, and again, I mean, I'm dancing around it, but rewatching the first two for the S'mores Indoors show I did, I'm looking at it, I'm like, no, I can't. It just doesn't add up, and the why doesn't really make much sense at all when you sit and think about it. It's, you know, it is what it is. I wasn't really disappointed because my expectations were kind of non-existent anyways. Jennifer Love Hewitt looks beautiful.
So fucking hot. Dude, Hog Jennifer Love Hewitt, that's the best evolution that we've got.
Listen, here's the weird thing about that too. And I wanted to, that's why I put her in the thumbnail. Like, what happened to body positivity? That went right out the window when Jennifer Love Hewitt showed up to the premiere, and oh my God, she's not 95 pounds anymore.
Wait, there was a negative response to that?
There was an extremely negative response to that.
Those are children, sir, because that right there is all woman right there. I don't know what to do for you.
I always thought she looked beautiful, and I still think she looks beautiful. She's had what? She had what? 3 kids? I mean, like, come on. She's
gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. But there was like, I saw so many posts of people like, what happened to her? God, she's fat. Like, what? She ate, you know, like, it was wild. Like, body positivity went right out the window when Jennifer Love Hewitt showed up, and like, you know, these. Yeah, I hate to use the word incel, but I'm sure like most of the guys that were trashing her look have probably never even touched a real woman. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
that's really sad too, because I think it was 2 or so years ago, I ran into randomly her like Instagram activity, and it was very apparent that she has a fragile ego, like low self-esteem about her looks getting older, because she was doing this face filter thing and people were questioning her because it was like really bad, like obvious face filter, like she completely warped her face trying to like hide what she really looked like. So I imagine any backlash from that probably really got to her. So
But guys,
there are consequences too.
guys,
Shit like that, you know.
I don't mean to be mean about this, right? I don't want to disrupt your narrative here, but Scream, and I Know What You Did Last Summer in particular, some of the other derivatives as well, made their entire point to go see them to see really beautiful people and occasional horror scenes. That was the point.
I mean, I can't argue that.
So
she's
that-
not.
no,
She
no,
isn't not.
That's not really what we're talking about, though.
no, but it is. It is. Because you got to remember, who showed up for Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer in the 90s. It was a much younger audience base than the people. These were not kids that grew up having seen like Prom Night and Terror Train in theaters. These were kids watching Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
So
sure.
their expectations were the Dove soap commercial.
Mhm.
They were not going to deviate from that. So of course they were upset that she oh my God, aged.
Well, those guys though right now are in their 40s. Surely they've grown up a little. This is probably kids trashing on her, not
Okay. Well,
not
either
people
way,
my age. You know what I'm saying?
either way, though, like would we be having this conversation about an actor in a New Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Well, I see what you're
saying.
saying. I see what you're saying because I mean, so much of Jennifer Love Hewitt's appeal in the '90s was she was, really beautiful and she had very large gifts, so that was a lot of her appeal. So, like, I guess maybe.
Well, yeah, and to play off of that, like, I think the point initially Piz brought up was that we act all enlightened and progressive now about our attitude towards stuff, and this kind of shows that that's bullshit. We're the same.
Yeah.
Humans are horrible people.
That's where I was
kind
going.
of
That's where I was
depressing.
going. Yeah.
But I'm saying even more than in any other normal, you wouldn't get the same backlash, and you don't get this same backlash from other horror films.
Well, I mean, I would argue that like Neve Campbell didn't grow hips 3 times as wide as she had in the first movie either. So like maybe you would have gotten you would have gotten that backlash.
Sure,
there.
but that's that same audience. The Scream I Didn't Know What You Did Last Summer.
She has weird nipples and nobody ever brings that up.
that just derailed us. That derailed the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm just thinking your average A24 release doesn't have conversations around this.
Yeah, no, but
I'm saying
it's apples and oranges.
Of course it is. That's the point. If there was more to discuss with these films or either like legacy sequels from that wave or that wave itself, we wouldn't have these conversations. People would be talking about, oh my God, can you believe how tense that scene was in the garage or whatever it is? But no, we hear like, oh, this actress isn't as pretty anymore.
Well, that's just 2 different types of films with 2 different types of people who like, and this is exactly what you're saying, but people who go to A24 films aren't there to see tits. They're there to see art. And
you get a lot of tits.
That's why, because they're not, that's not what they're there for. So.
Well, I was recently told not to bring up the tits by a director, so you're supposed to ignore them.
If you're going to sell a film the way, do you remember the trailer for the original I Know What You Did Last Summer? The money shot of the trailer was an overhead shot of Jennifer Love Hewitt with a deep cut shirt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like if that's what you're selling, don't be shocked if later people are upset that that has changed. I mean, I don't think it's healthy for the horror genre. I never thought this wave of films was good for the genre as a whole. You could argue. I know that, Piz, for instance, I know that you rewatched the original Scream a couple years ago, and you were surprised by how much you liked it. I think you expected to like it less. I respect that. I'm not with you, but I respect that. But the first film that kind of starts a movement in horror always leads to a lot of imitators that don't do it very well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that wave in particular became more and more shallow as it went on. And attempts to recapture it now are going to be even more shallow because they're painting as broad as they can because they don't want to alienate anyone but they need to bring back legacy characters. You can't recast Jennifer Love Hewitt, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're stuck. They made this problem by making the original films the way they did.
I will throw out, though, that for any negativity, I saw a lot of positive comments.
I was about to say, the only point I was trying to make there is that Jennifer Love Hewitt is hot.
I think now more perhaps than 28 years ago, people are a little more accepting. A larger lady can be hot. I think Jennifer Love
she's
Hewitt,
large, dog. She had children.
Yeah, she's hot.
What the body looks like after a couple kids.
I am not complaining. I think she's a hottie in 2025. She looks great.
But this is what you get.
I feel like the negative thing was initial, right? And then probably everybody else rallied behind her.
Yeah,
So,
that's kind of what happened.
The positively probably at the end of the day outshined it.
Mm-hmm. But that was sort of like, that was the, like, that sort of overtook whatever the buzz was for the movie initially, was her image on the red carpet and people criticizing her looks, which that's probably, that's, yeah. But anyway, the movie, I'm sure it was cheap to make, but it's once you add on all the extras, there's not going to, it's a one and done legacy sequel for sure. So
I kind of wonder if, sorry, I was cut over real fast. I kind of wonder if the marketing department saw the movie not doing well, saw the negative comments, and then tried amping that up to get more people to come support the movie. Kind of like an Ghostbusters Answer the Call kind of thing.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me.
It's not going to save it, though.
It's not going to
It's
save
not,
it.
no.
So we're
not
going
a
to
lot
get an Urban Legends legacy sequel now and a Valentine legacy sequel.
Don't say that, man.
They've been trying to get an Urban Legend reboot or something Urban Legend off the ground for years.
It'll be like a creepypasta movie or something now.
Mhm.
The way the second one ended, I suppose you could do it.
Hey, you forgot there's a third one, Dan. Don't just throw Bloody Mary.
Oh, that's
out.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it had any connection though, right?
No,
I forgot there
It
was a
wasn't
third I Know What
official.
You Did Last Summer too.
It was an official sequel, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's official as well. I'll always, and there's a great video breaking that entire film down over on Slasher Home Video right now.
It's true. I watched it, so you don't have to.
Okay.
Thank you.
He made that movie very watchable.
Personally, thank you for that.
Yeah.
So if you're curious about I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, but you don't want to watch it, go check out Chris's channel, Slasher Home Video.
And we also talked about it in length on Cable Channel 11's show,
Yep.
Horror Rumble, recently.
Jess's channel. Yeah. Shout out to Jess. But I wanted to segue from that into the power of nostalgia when it comes to the genre, and how I think nostalgia can kind of skew your objectivity when it comes to movies. Again, I'm shocked that anybody would say that this is a legitimately good movie, but there's a lot of people out there who are saying that this is a legitimately good movie, even better than the original I Know What You Did Last Summer. They're putting it up there with Scream, and to me, the only way that makes sense, the only way I can process that, is that there's a lot of nostalgia there for the at least the first movie, just 90s horror in general. Because I'll give I Know What You Did Last Summer this, it felt very 90s, right down to the very poppy soundtrack. It felt kind of like but not it would have been a direct to video 90s horror movie. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And I think as horror fans, nostalgia is just something that's ingrained within us all. And even the best of us, I think it can maybe skew our memories of a movie. Does anybody want to dive in on that topic? Anybody in the chat? How do you guys feel about nostalgia when it comes to genre cinema?
Resentment quickly, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I am a nostalgia freak. Like, I'd say almost even over horror, my main hobby is nostalgia. But also, when you're being fed bullshit too, and I don't think this Hollywood system of remake, like, I'm over it. I don't care to see another remake for the rest of my life. I want original stuff. And like, I Know What You Did Last Summer. I don't care to ever see a requel of it. I didn't need it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I expect to enjoy it, maybe. I don't have a lot of stakes on it. I don't expect much from it. It might be fun, but like, I don't know. I've kind of been over that for a while, and I'm the guy I'm their demographic. I'm a nostalgia head, and I'm over it because they've been feeding me just garbage for how long now? Since 2018 with Halloween, I'd say. I mean, before that, I guess, but the current run of like reboots started in like 2018, and from there it's just been like it's more and more over it.
Oh, true.
Still fucking awesome though. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say though, I think the people who enjoy the new I Know What You Did Last Summer, talk about like it's all so great. I think those are the people who didn't like the original Scream, but like Scream 5 kind of stuff. And the nostalgia very much feels like it's not trying to make you remember things in the past. It's repackaging the same shit from the past, but it's already expired. They just added sugar on top to try and hide the rotten. That's kind of what it feels like as we're consuming it. But no, nostalgia is a big thing, not just in horror, but almost anything. I did go see, because you talk about nostalgia, and I know somebody could remind you of the 90s. I did go see the new Superman movie from James Gunn. It was decent. It was passable, but it was my favorite Superman movie since the 80s because it made sure I remembered the 80s with the font, a bit of the music, a lot of just stuff in general made you remember the 80s with Christopher Reeve throughout the whole movie. And so I think nostalgia can be good, but like eating sugary sweets, you end up with diabetes.
Well, I think also like if nostalgia is delivered to you by somebody who is truly nostalgic from it, as opposed to what we actually get, which is just a corporation capitalizing on something they don't give a shit about. They just know we do. They can't emulate the funk. You know what I'm saying? It needs to come from, and this is a problem across the entire like mainstream movie like industry. They need to hire people who care about stuff and step back. That's why movies in the 90s and before were so good, and that's why movies from the 2000s after are so bad, because there was like a shift in creative control more and more as time went on. And like, movie is art, and if you hire a suit to tell somebody how to make it, it's not going to turn out good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. When nostalgia becomes a formula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So currently I'm going through an evolution in how I listen to music. And this is a brand new Walkman.
Oh.
This is a brand new copy of Soundgarden Screaming Life. Does it sound better than if I listened to an MP3 or a CD? Absolutely not. But you know what? It sounds like how I first heard this album. It sounds like part of my personal history. So I'm not immune to nostalgia by any means. But here's what I'm going to say about it. Nostalgia should be reserved for the things we're nostalgic for, not new versions of them. If you love I Know What You Did Last Summer, God help you, enjoy that original film. That film that made you feel. And please, I encourage you to watch it how you originally saw it. So if they're playing it on a revival screening in 35 millimeter, go see it. If you found it on VHS at the end of the day, buy a VHS tape, get it in the player. You'll feel something that you felt back then. No question about it. new product masquerading as what you remember and love, it never works for me. Ever. In the chat, the Platinum Dunes era came out and it came up. And here's the thing, like, those films are starting to have nostalgic value to people because what we're getting in remakes or reimagining, reboots, requels now is so much more artificial. Say what you want about the Hitcher remake, it still felt somewhat like a fucking movie. It didn't just feel like product.
Mm.
And I think when you try to recreate something that people already have the real deal of, it's always going to feel like product. So I don't want a band that sounds like Soundgarden. I want Soundgarden.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you know what? I'm going to crank up Screaming Life on cassette, and it's going to sound like it sounded to me when I discovered it in 1988. Of course, originally I heard it on WPRB, the Princeton's Records, the radio station. But that's nostalgia, and that's what we should treasure, not these fucking recalls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why people are actually wasting their time. It doesn't make you more of a fan to love every installment of a thing just because it has that name on it. It doesn't. Love what you love. Find new things to love where you can.
All right. Anybody else want to chime in on the topic of nostalgia and genre cinema?
I think if you're gonna do it, at least make sure there's some juice to squeeze. You know, that's if there's just nothing there. I mean, I know what you did last summer was not really set up for a bunch of sequels. It just was. So, you know, have an honest conversation about whether it's really worth it. You have anything else to do with it at this point? I would argue with most things, no. You know, Halloween, Scream. I mean, it just kind of feels like it's run its course, but yeah, just make sure there's juice to squeeze.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird when we get nostalgia, like when people are trying to capitalize off like Megan nostalgia.
It'll come.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if it'll come because you know what? I didn't think that the 80s icons would be appealing to kids today. We seem to be in this kind of doom loop. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of the 80s horror icons, San Diego Comic-Con is going on right now. Tomorrow is the Jason Universe panel at San Diego Comic-Con. They're going to reveal some footage from Crystal Lake. They're going to make some announcements, and there is a representative from Atomic Monster who's going to be there. Atomic Monster is James Wan's production company, which is now a part of Blumhouse. And I can't imagine he's just going to be there to hang out. So the speculation, of course, is that there's going to be some sort of Blumhouse Friday the 13th announcement. So that's happening tomorrow. I'm sure a lot of us will be keeping an eye on social media to see what comes of that. And, you know, we talked a little bit about Blumhouse earlier in the stream, and there's positives and negatives. The positives are if they get the rights, they're going to make a movie. There's no question about it. It will get done. The negatives, will it be any good? But that's a big if, you know? So I always say wait and see who's writing and directing, but I said that with Halloween 2018, and you know, we kind of see.
I just don't think you can make anything mind-blowing out of that ever. Like anything that's really gonna, like, if it does come out, I kind of feel like I know what movie it's gonna be, right? Like I kind of feel like I already know. Like
yeah,
what's gonna happen.
They could, and it would be super simple to make something awesome, but they're not gonna, and they never will. That's my take on the whole Jason thing.
I don't know. Whoever got it, I think, was going to have the same problem. Not necessarily if it was Blumhouse. We'd probably be having the same conversation if it was.
Well, they're just going to announce the next Friday the 13th like Coke commercial. What's going to happen tomorrow?
That's really
That's
dumb
it.
that shit
That's
is
it.
news
It's
now.
like Jason's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or no, actually, no, it's not Coke. It's Slice.
Angry Orchard.
They're bringing Slice back.
There you go, Slice. Yep, that's it.
Is that
Slice,
Angry Orchard
guys,
commercial come
Slice
out yet?
is back. Actually, they've made it into one of the probiotic sodas.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, it's back.
Well, there you go. Jason needs his refreshment and he needs gut health. You know,
Exactly.
So, there you go. There
The
you go. The
problem is,
ambassador.
with some of these real long in the tooth legacy series, because we actually had this exact discussion inside the Saw community when Blum got hold of that. And the question is, like, will another studio just be comfortable really allowing a franchise to be what it really needs to be to succeed, or will they want it to fit into their catalog really well? And it's a tough call. With Saw, we saw X come out and it was the best of the series had done up to that point. So it's a tragedy now that it's going to a place where they're going to be terrified to follow it up with what organically should grow from it. Maybe I'll be wrong. Doubt it. But Friday the 13th has been dead for so long now. Yeah, people are going to show up for the first weekend, but it's going to have nothing probably after that unless it really is pretty great. I don't know. I think
well, can and I just posted a poll in the chat. Can Blumhouse make a good Friday the 13th? You know, like I said this a long time ago. Like, I think if it's going to happen, it's going to happen with Blumhouse because he makes deals, he gets things done. The movie will get done. The quality is up in the air. So if that is the announcement that's coming out of San Diego Comic-Con tomorrow, that some sort of deal's been made between Miller and Cunningham, and it's going to happen through Blumhouse, you know, this will be the 13th, Friday the 13th after all. Do we have any hope?
It's going to make $1 billion. I disagree with Lauren entirely.
there's no way it makes $1 billion.
Whatever they fucking that was hyperbolic. Okay, but I could see it being the highest grossing rated R fucking release or horror release or whatever the fuck you want to do.
No,
absolutely, absolutely.
Just based on
more than Sinners.
16 years
do more than Sinners.
16 years of fucking edging and the right fucking campaign behind this thing. It's gonna go off.
No, so everyone thought this when the last remake came out too,
and it made a shitload of money.
It's nowhere near the biggest R-rated film of all time.
I think one way or the other. 60%
drop off second weekend.
One way or the other, I think what Blumhouse does best is the marketing. There will be good marketing for the movie. The opening weekend, of course, will be huge. But then you're going to see, like, okay, well, if it's good or if it's bad, and you know that second weekend's always going to have a drop off. But if it's like the remakes drop off, it'll be out of theaters within the month.
The trailers could be really important.
It is, and I mean, I'll say it again. Making a good Friday the 13th movie is easy. It's not hard. It really is.
It's the most simple.
It is very simple, and I just don't know. Blumhouse, I mean...
So when do you release it?
That's a good question.
So here's the thing. When the remake came out, right, they threw it into that late January, early February dead zone.
Don't do it there.
It was the safest thing to do.
Different time.
You can't put it out in summer, which is where the original set of movies made their money.
Yeah.
Kids don't go to camp anymore. It doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Halloween season sounds great, but you have competition and you have maybe a 10-day stretch of any real sales before it drops to nothing. Look at and go to the numbers and check out any horror release in October for the last 20 years. You have 10 days to make money. The truth is the market has changed a lot. I think it's misguided to think that Friday the 13th will do more than Scream did. The Scream 5 did. Scream is a much more mainstream title. Much more mainstream.
Yeah.
It would have to do less than that. which would still be hugely successful. You're right about that, but it's not going to be monumental.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I really wish it wasn't Bloom, but it feels like even they can't screw it up at this point. Yeah.
So
do you see Bloom? Do you see
Yeah.
Bloom making a film with a decent amount of nudity?
They won't do that. That won't.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
they
Well,
won't do
so
that.
that's part of the franchise.
It is. I was about to say you won't have any sleaze from.
So,
Bloom.
will they do something atmospheric like the original 2 films? No. Or even the 4th film? Will they do something as grim as the 4th film? No.
I think you'll get, you know,
you're going to get 7. You're going to get the new blood in tone, but looking like it was shot on digital.
I don't think so, because that's what I want, and they're not going to do that.
Well, that's the closest to Blum of any.
I think it's going to be, if you want to compare it to anything, I think it's probably going to come out like the 09 remake.
No,
that's what I was thinking.
Maybe a little more gore because Terrifier is popular, but that'll be the biggest difference.
But Bloom really hasn't done anything to like jump on that Terrifier wave, really. I mean, that's what, honestly, I think what most people would want to see is an ultra-violent Jason. I should say most outside of our circle.
I think you're going to get Halloween 2018 with Friday the 13th plastered on it.
Probably.
That's the safe bet. Or actually, wait, you're going to get Halloween Kills with Friday the 13th slapped on it. That's what you're getting.
Yes. So I have 3 words for you that you're putting all this faith that Blumhouse, puts decent stuff out, not great, but decent, so they could probably resurrect the series and make it okay again. Disney Star Wars. They made you realize, okay, the prequels really weren't that fucking bad.
Yeah, they were.
No, they were bad, yes. But
a little bit
the
better.
new
Comparatively.
trilogy, exactly. Comparatively,
Talk about
they
nostalgia.
looked better. Exactly. But going back and looking at it, yeah, it's still fucking bad. But fucking Last Jedi killed so much of the fucking faith and hope in Star Wars movies in general. Because everybody's like, oh, Disney can't do anything wrong. They're doing great with Marvel and all these things. Fucking just destroyed it with Star Wars. And so I feel like that's what Blumhouse is going to do with Friday the 13th. We're going to have the same shit happen where you're like, you know what? Friday the 13th, Jason Goes to Hell and, Jason Takes Manhattan really wasn't that bad in comparison, too.
I think, too, though, like, it's going to go a little too modern. I mean, you need the slutty character. You need stuff that, just they don't want to do anymore. You need certain...
Because it's not PC. You can't do that anymore.
So I think a lot of that, I mean, you might get something gory. Somebody was mentioning in the chat. I mean, yeah, Halloween Kills is a gory movie, I suppose. I mean,
I don't think gore's a problem anymore.
I don't think. No. Yeah, I don't want like an ultra gory Friday. We don't need an ultra gory Friday the 13th.
We don't need a Terrifier.
Well, okay, so it doesn't need to be.
Some people want that though. I will say, like,
sure, but I think that's coming. You're all coming together with the point is everyone wants something different from a Friday the 13th film.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no way to hit the bullseye.
Exactly.
But also about the gore thing, it doesn't need to be gory. It needs creative kills, fun kills that make you laugh. Like,
oh no, fuck that. Fuck that.
How are you ever going to make Friday the 13th?
Like the
I do not want
like the
not gonna happen.
Cleaver to the face in 4, and like the party blower through the eye in 7. That's the kind of stuff I want from a Friday the 13th movie going forward. I grew up on the later sequels. Yeah. See? Sleeping bag kill, perfect example of the kind of stuff. It doesn't matter necessarily gore. It just needs to be like aggressive and like he's grabbing what he sees and doing something creative with it. That's the kind of thing I lean towards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you think it'll take place maybe in the 80s? Like that might, I see them doing that.
That's a nostalgia bait thing. Yeah.
I think to make the camp relevant, because you're right. I don't know many kids that go to those.
But see, if they set it in the 80s, they could get away with it not being PC.
I still think they're going to keep it PC though.
They're going to keep it PC.
Yeah, they just have to be self-aware about the non-PC-ness, and it's okay all of a sudden.
I don't think they're going to put this much thought into it, guys.
No.
Well, no, they're not going to put this much thought into it. That's for sure. the way they're looking at it is very simplistic. Jason, guy with a hockey mask, 5, 6, 7 people to kill in the woods. The end. Let's check the other boxes that we have to check.
Crazy Ralph's going to be a lady.
So let me ask you guys a serious question. What do you think the cast of characters will look like in a Blumhouse Friday the 13th? Because they're not going to look like they look like in the Paramount years. That's for goddamn sure.
No. It'll look like the cast of I Know What You Did Last Summer. The new I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah. No, it'll be
and that's not a problem
woods.
necessarily.
Are they gonna have that anchor though? That nostalgia anchor? Like, are they gonna bring Tom Matheson back or something? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Anything. I hope this film doesn't happen. I hope really it all just implodes. Maybe we need the meteorite more than ever.
They will probably try and hammer you. I mean, the thing is, you look at Friday the 13th. There was a lot of diversity in the casting over the years. I mean, we had Reggie. I think they might try and hit you in the face with certain things. Hopefully,
Reggie survived because he was a kid.
Yeah, but I'm just
my
saying,
thing is there's going to be characters who are safe based on market research.
Yeah. I see them potentially doing certain things that I'd hope they'd avoid it. I hope that, because again, it's so fucking easy. I could name 30 directors off the top of my head that could do a great Friday the 13th movie. It is not hard. And of all people that could screw it up, it would be Bloom. It really would. And we'll see. Well, I hope for the best, but
if Bloom's going to be there too tomorrow, there's no question. I think something big is going to be announced. I wouldn't be surprised if Bloom doesn't come out with a hockey mask on his face.
Probably.
That will be the photo op. Will be Bloom with a hockey mask on.
Cool. We'll get that Jason versus Heart Eyes sequel I've always wanted.
Oh hell yeah! Hell yeah!
You're just gonna. I'm telling you, it's gonna be Megan. It's my forest now, bitch.
So okay. So let's do some dream. Who would, of the horror, the filmmakers who are known for genre cinema today, who would you guys want to be the director?
Man, it's like super uninspired, but I think Adam Green would be somebody that knows exactly what people want. Outside of the Hatchet films, he is actually a very good filmmaker. His other stuff doesn't get a lot of eyes, and that's a shame. Frozen's great, Digging the Marrow's great. But yeah, I think he keep it low budget and give it to him. That's not going to happen, but
you get the spirit of those old movies that way.
Again, it's not. I don't need the David Cronenberg directed Friday the 13th.
That'd be interesting, though.
It would, but you don't need it.
I think just somebody I've never heard of that is just trying to make the best Friday the 13th. Like, this is their shot, right? Like, this has to be good.
I could see maybe them giving it to Damien Leone just because of popularity right now.
Well, people are bringing up Womp Stomp in the chat, and
I don't think they would reward that.
I would argue the guy who did In a Violent Nature. He gets the concept, he gets the tone. He would do a good job.
It'd be great to sleep through a Friday the 13th film.
He wouldn't make it like In a Violent Nature. I think he knows.
No. I mean, I don't know.
That movie just proved he gets it, right. But he wouldn't make it that tone. You know what I'm saying?
He crossed my mind. Somebody like Adam Wingard crossed my mind. Who directed The Night House? Was that Adam Wingard? Who directed that?
No. I'm spacing on the name right now. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like I need to throw like a fantastic filmmaker on it. Just somebody.
I was going to say, what about the guy who, I don't know who directed the second Fear Street movie that was set at a camp? That had some good feelings to it, of like kind of Friday 13th-ish stuff. But
hell yeah.
I don't know.
David Bruckner is who you were looking for. Sorry.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if anything screams Friday the 13th. I mean, he's a great director, but
I mean, the wild thing, honestly, and I'm sure this would be something that somebody like Jason Blum would definitely be very tuned into, is Damien Leone, and bring that enormous Terrifier fan base
that's why I see
along with him.
Pull it over.
Because he makes them cheap, he makes them gory, people come and see him. He's got a huge fan base that whatever he does next, they're going to follow him to. He's hot as can be. I mean, I'm sure I would be surprised if he's not on that short list and not at the very top.
He's going to get something big for his next project, and I mean that it makes sense. I would hope he understands Terrifier is a different thing from Friday the 13th.
Right. Yeah.
At least us, I don't think most of us want to see Jason ripping somebody's spine out of their ass.
Right. No. I don't want to see a Friday the 13th in that kind of tone either, but he's just so hot and has that enormous fan base that's going to follow him to whatever the next thing he does is. It's just a built-in audience.
That's going towards that good business move more than he's the right guy for the job kind of thing, though, too.
Exactly. And that sounds like a marketing panel decision, not a what's good for the movie decision.
But at the end of the day, that's what's making the calls here. That's what I mean. Blum wants.
Well, that's the problem.
Blum doesn't care about Friday the 13th. He cares about the property and how much it could make him.
I'm less worried about who directs it than who writes it, to be honest with you.
That's true.
So this is the company that made the Black Christmas remake.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a take like that on Friday the 13th, which is not impossible, guys. At that point, does it matter who directs it if that's the screenplay? I don't know.
Well, when I was thinking director, I was also thinking like they would write it too, because But anyway, I mean, I get it. It starts with the script, so.
Toxic masculinity resurrects. So.
Jason is toxic.
That's right.
Yeah, but surely to God, they've learned from that experience, and that we've moved on from that a little.
I don't think it would be that dramatic. I think they have learned a thing or two.
Have they?
Well, I would give it to somebody like Ryan Kruger or somebody like that who would do something insane with it.
It would be different.
For sure.
You put it in the Fried Berry universe.
I mean, maybe that's Joe Reese says let James Wan himself direct it.
That
would be weird.
I just don't. What would a huge director like that really? It's like, I don't think I would take it. Even if I were James Wan, I'd be like,
it's a weird
Friday
fit.
the 13th. I don't really need. I don't know. I don't feel like I need.
This point, what does it do for his legacy to be the guy who makes everyone's least favorite Friday the 13th? Which is a possibility.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean,
So
you need someone who this is a step up, not a step down.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So like people have thrown out Fede Alvarez, they've thrown out Alexander Aja.
Aja likes to make like remakes and stuff, so
he has history of doing pretty good with that.
I do like Alexander Aja, but I just don't think it needs that. Like we're not splitting the ad here. I don't need somebody with a distinct tone and voice.
Yeah, we don't need a great director. We need a director that's like right for that job, and that's kind of like.
Does everyone have a shot glass ready?
Sure.
Gregory Plotkin, Hellfest director.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. That sounds great, actually.
Yeah.
I know. I see, but I don't see why that would be a crazy thing. Like he made a really decent slasher movie.
No. It's just that I mention Hellfest too often and people drink to it.
I like it when you like stuff that I like. It's fun.
But that's
the level of violence we're looking for too. It's not.
I agree.
Yeah, no, that's a good archetype.
I agree. Yeah.
There you go, Jason at a Jersey theme park.
I mean, the best thing about Hellfest is that it evokes the feelings of classic slashers without aping any of them too closely. But it gets all the feelings right. So, but it's a modern film. It's not trying to be nostalgia bait. It's not. It's. I would hate it to take place in the 80s, to be honest with you, because you're landlocking the franchise, and it. You know, I guess if the remake kind of destroys the original continuity, and I get it, but I wouldn't mind if they didn't fuck with the timeline of this one anymore. We have enough franchises that have done that.
And the timeline makes no sense anyway. So just keep it rolling.
Yeah,
we don't need to overthink this, okay?
Yeah, we don't need the Jason backstory, and that's the one thing I hope they do. Drop him in it. We all know Jason's backstory. We know Jason. I think the one plus in putting this in the 80s is I don't know if I want to see Jason killing some idiot hunting Pokemon. Like, I don't know if I want that.
There was a pitch back before when they were almost made that found footage Friday the 13th. There was a pitch, it wasn't that one, about Jason killing geocachers.
Yeah, I don't. Just give me the
word. They did that at the beginning of the remake.
They just kind of did, right?
If this one does well, you can always throw Jason. I mean, hey, I was a Jason X guy. I know you were, Lauren. Like, you can throw him other places, but I think this one get back to basics.
Yeah. Well, see, that's one thing though. I don't think they're ever going to do again because that's again the stuff I want. I want Jason X. I want dumb shit because a Jason movie is going to be dumb whether you embrace it or not. So you might as well embrace it. And I'm always concerned that this. I mean, what they do now, especially Blumhouse, is ground things in reality. And when you ground things like Friday the 13th in reality, it sucks.
It's a campfire story, right? It should be loopy. I don't know. Ultimately, I'm broken record. I don't want another Friday the 13th. I don't want another Halloween. I don't want another Child's Play. I don't want another Nightmare on Elm Street. Let's give me something new. Just because it's gonna have too much to compare itself with, and I'd probably be more forgiving of the same goddamn movie without the hockey mask and a different type. So why put that additional pressure on there? Yeah, it's gonna get butts in seats, cool. But if that's all we are as fans, if we're just lemmings, we deserve what we get.
I'm sure all will be revealed tomorrow. We'll all be pasted, glued to social media, waiting to hear the announcement. Yeah.
I was reading on Twitter earlier. It turns out somebody like Hulk was a huge fan of Friday the 13th. Somebody told him what was going to be happening. He died. He's just like, no, I can't live with it, brother. Just
Ozzy got out of here before he heard the announcement. He didn't want to be around for it.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Oh God. It's hey, it's finally gonna happen, at least. So
we all begged for it, didn't we?
We begged for we begged for it.
Everybody's like begging for it not to happen.
I'm gonna personally blame Lorne if it sucks. He's the one who's wanted it the most. I'm gonna blame him.
I blame Lorne for most things.
Chris, can you do me a favor and stop sending the letters?
Never, dude.
It's disturbing the mail person.
You can change your address. I'll always find you.
He'll find you. He's got ways.
So when the sheriff approaches you tomorrow, just take the letter.
Are you guys getting anything from Severin tonight? Because that drops at midnight.
Nah.
It depends on how much that shark box set is.
That does look fun.
Yeah. I love a good bad shark movie, so it depends on how much that is. We'll see. In the meantime, I've sent Scream Factory a very nasty email about this injustice.
I want it. I have it. I just have them all.
Yeah,
I hasn't got here yet.
I luckily had. Well, when it does, check to see if you've got duplicates of. It's like the Friday the 13th box set all over again.
I have none of those movies. I'm in like the middle of an Italian, watch as much as I can. I don't know how to say what I'm saying.
I had a few, but I was like, yeah, let's just get them all. So, well, let's move on here. let's move on here. I just really I wanted to mention a couple of trailers I recently saw. If you and then we can anything else you guys want to talk about, we'll dive right in. Does anybody have hopes for Predator Badlands?
It seems weird, man. Like
It does.
It's about a human and a predator teaming up, right?
She's
Going on
a,
adventures.
She's an android.
she's a cyborg. She's an android.
Oh, okay.
Cyborg, sorry.
Yeah.
She's a
I don't
synthetic
know.
person.
She is a Wayland Yutani, yes,
Mm-hmm.
thing. So, and the predator
That's
is a
kinda
young
cool.
predator. Is a young
Mhm.
predator who's been shunned by his family. So we're gonna have a here's they've named the predator Deck, and like I still can't stand that they call them Yautjas.
All
Like
that.
I hate that they've named the race of them.
these things now.
Yeah, it's like I don't like that's I hate that word. I hate that you've named their race or whatever, and now they each have individual names.
Nah, I don't
Like-
like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I really
The more
don't.
you add to it, the worse it seems to get.
The more you add to it, the less interesting the predator gets.
How much good Predator
Mhm.
stuff is actually out there? I mean, I don't like any of it, but like, how much of good is out? I
I
like
really like Predator 2. a
At
lot.
least 2 movies.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
cool.
think
at least two
No.
movies.
That was a legitimate
three.
question,
Probably 2 movies.
but less than half of what exists.
I liked
right?
Prey also.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
like Prey as well. Yeah, so it's like for 3. It's 3 movies for me. The first, second, and Prey. That's about it.
I mean, for me, Predator and Predator 2 are freaking certified classics.
Mm-hmm.
Predators is okay. You know, the Adrian Brody one, it's okay.
Mhm.
The Predator, I wasn't a big fan of that one. There's things I liked about it. I like the characters. There's some funny stuff in there, but overall, that was a mess. Prey, I thought is okay. Yeah, I thought it was a little overrated. I really liked this last animated movie they did, Killer of Killers. I
That-
thought
I
that
need to
was
see that.
really good.
Just to give it a try.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that a lot. So, in my book, I mean, most of the Predator movies have been pretty fun. They've not surpassed the first 2, but I don't expect any Predator movie now to do so, honestly.
Well, I think the good Predator movies all have like this mystique around the Predator, and the end is kind of like a reveal of something, an aspect about them, and that's what makes them like stand out. And I don't see a show doing that. I think it's just going to be like a unlikely duo show, and it's like how deep can they get with stuff like that Predator movies kind of need.
Let me pitch
You know
a
what I'm
Predator
saying?
movie to you. This is what you guys
Sure.
really want. This is
Coming
what
of
you
age Predator, like
want.
Stand By Me.
No. Listen.
Stand by me.
You start
The
out with
movie opens up in Mumbai.
no. You have a group of predators on a hunt together. When a nastier fucking predator from somewhere else starts picking them off one by one.
Critters?
I like it.
You
I
take
like
the
it.
first film and just put them in the victim suit.
I like it. I like it. I really do. I would watch that for sure.
The whole point is like if you want to keep the spirit of the originals alive, the first few films, you could do it. Usually it's reverse engineering back and then reversing certain key elements. The problem is this new one looks like some kind of like, I don't know, sci-fi epic in space, and it looks crappy as hell. And it also just looks like it has that fucking over digital look to it. I cannot immerse myself in that look.
I agree.
Here's my pitch.
Yeah, go ahead, Dan.
Oh, sorry. Predator hunts everyone on the Epstein list.
Predator versus
Predator v.
Predators.
Predator versus Predators.
I love that, man.
Predator
That's what I
didn't.
want to see.
Is Bill
That's
Clinton
what
the
I
final
wanna
boss?
Oh,
Well, you think he is, and then they pull back the curtain, and there's Hillary.
Oh wow, wow.
The
And by
most
the way, she
worthy
easily
opponent.
kills the predator.
oh yes, exactly.
I want
Just rips
Matrix
his head off.
moves there. She's just
Or she opens her mouth and a xenomorph mouth comes out and kills the predator.
But it's a little Hillary Clinton face on it.
Exactly. Yes.
Fucking
Yes.
credits.
Bam. Yeah, exactly.
Or it turns out the predator is really just an agent of a large predatory credit agency.
There you
It's
go.
all about bad mortgages.
There you
They have
go.
little Chelsea face huggers running around.
But you are right. I mean, this one looks extremely digital CGI made. It is a coming of age story, so they're probably it's a coming of age predator story. You know what I mean?
That's what I remember asking for when I saw the first one when I was a kid. I want to know what this thing was like as a teenager.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
It just starts listening to The Cure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to hunt people, Dad.
Yeah.
I'm a pass.
I don't want your life.
I mean, that's probably where it's going, right? He's gonna be like a kind of pacifist predator. That's probably what it's gonna be.
He's a pussy predator.
So he takes that
knows?
glow in the dark healing stuff from Predator 2, puts it like eyeliner kind of stuff.
Oh God. Oh my God.
I want goth predator trying to go to high school.
Yes.
Exactly.
And again, the whole soundtrack is The Cure, The Smiths,
Joy Division.
just Joy
Joy
Division.
Division, yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
He's got little beads in his dreadlocks.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I want to see. Have you guys seen anything on the Alien Earth TV series on FX?
Yeah.
I think that looks promising.
I'm going in with an open mind. I do think you could do a really good series in that universe. We'll see. I'm hoping for the best.
I am
I
too.
know they've got to hit a home run because it's expensive and it could easily be a one and done season. But
Mhm.
Which isn't FX just like Hulu now, basically? Like,
Yeah.
where like all that kind of exists.
I hate that it takes place on Earth so much.
I do too. But that doesn't mean it stays on Earth necessarily. It could go
I mean,
beyond.
it's called Alien Earth.
Well, sure, but that doesn't mean they're going to stay there.
I don't know.
Maybe they're specifying that it's not human Earth, it's the alien Earth, which is what they call their planet or something.
Why would they
Okay,
call
here-
it Earth?
I don't
Just be
know.
regular Earth to them.
I just
We would
pulled
be
it out
able
of my
to
ass,
do
Jonathan.
Here's my pitch for the next Alien versus Predator movie. Aliens have come to Earth. They've practically taken over. Think of it like Terminator, but with aliens instead of Terminators, right? Like an army of predators arrives to eradicate everything and then to terraform our planet to make it their planet.
Space Force is going to build a wall. They're fucked.
There you go. There you go.
They elected Space Trump, so
Yeah.
Xenomorph Trump with a little orange hair.
and tiny hands.
My big hope, and I've heard some rumblings of it, is I hope they let the aliens become visually different that we've gotten so accustomed to them being. It's so necessary to do something to shake things up visually with those creatures, because that was the whole point of the creature for the first 3 movies. And we've been stagnant since, pretty much, and except for those one-off. Oh, it's the newborn and immediately dead, or it's the
like
dread
the half
alien
alien one,
immediately
half
dead.
human one.
As soon as they make any variation, they kill it immediately.
Mhm.
But like on this, since the aliens have taken over Earth, you've got animal predators, you've got flying predators,
action figures from '90.
Exactly. Like
Well, they
maybe
do
you've got like
regular-
shark predators. I don't know.
It's just
Or
a shark
aliens.
with dreadlocks too. Like there's not a whole lot. There's all
There
the
you go.
animals grow little dreadlocks.
Well,
And
didn't they
mandible.
have, like,
It's got the
dog
mandible
predator
mouth, too.
in The Predator?
What was that?
Did they have like the dog predators in The Predator?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Or predators. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, Predator. Sorry, yeah, they had like the dog ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like there were there dogs in 2 of them?
That's what I felt like. Yeah, because there was the I remember The Predator, like the PG-13 one had the dogs. Or a dog or something like that.
They have done a
The fact that none of us really remember tells you all you need to know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
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 They have done a Predator Alien hybrid already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they killed it immediately.
AVP.
Alien versus Predator
It walks
Requiem.
like
Yes.
Barney the dinosaur because of the position of the tail.
You missed it because that movie was shot in pitch black. So you just missed it.
I don't remember much from any of those like middle Predator movies. I couldn't tell you what happens in which one.
Predator has its moments.
The thing is, Piz, don't worry, because Scream Factory will release a cut of Alien vs. Predator Requiem, in which they increase the brightness so much you can see absolutely everything. Don't worry about it. Who cares about the original theatrical look of the film?
Yeah. Who cares? Oh, jeez. Let's see. There was another trailer. Oh, any Mortal Kombat fans here?
It does look fun.
The Mortal Kombat 2 trailer looked pretty good, I thought.
And I'm hearing they kill Cole Young off like immediately.
That they need to, brother.
They need to, brother. Yes.
But I still feel
Johnny
like
Cage is really the focal point. Sorry.
Well, true. What I was going to say is I feel like Carl Urban as Johnny Cage is okay. I feel like The Miz would have made a way better Johnny Cage.
He looks better than I thought he would for Johnny Cage. I'll be honest.
He does.
I like the washed up Johnny Cage though. Like he's a little older, a little washed up. I like that.
I always thought Chris Evans was a shoe-in too, personally.
I think he was too much.
He could nail it.
I don't think that could be his price.
Gigantically budget. But like their Shao Kahn is. Could you have got Martin Ford, a better actor? There's not a bigger human being on earth that acts. I don't think so. That's perfect casting.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I think that looks real. I think it looks much better than the first one.
It's definitely better than the first one.
I'm really excited for Mortal Kombat.
But I still feel bad. Like I feel like Carl Urban could have been way better as Kano if they didn't kill him off in the first one.
Well, they're bringing Kano back,
Kano's
so it
back.
doesn't matter.
Okay. What about Goro? They did him dirty in that movie.
They did.
Goro back too.
Well, see, in the Mortal Kombat universe, nobody is really ever dead. They just go to the nether. They go to the nether realm, and then another character brings them back to life, and they become revenants.
You're saying,
yes.
Right?
Well, that character's in the movie, so that's
that character's in the movie too. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to that one. I know we're all looking forward to Weapons when that comes out in a couple of weeks. That one's that one's got me hyped up. I've not seen any trailers for it. I don't want to see any trailers for it. I was having a conversation.
The trailer, you're fine.
Okay. I was having a conversation the other day, and I was like, there was a trailer that played before a movie. Like I couldn't get up and walk away, so I just closed my eyes and like thought about something else, so I couldn't see it. And they were like, "You're crazy!" Just like what? I was like, I don't like trailers. I don't want to watch if it's a movie I really want to see, I really don't want to watch the trailer, especially something like, like there's going to be some kind of sicko twist in Weapons. I don't want any inkling of what that's going to be. You know what I mean? So, that's just how I feel about trailers. Really, I'd rather do a trailer reaction filming Jeremy watch the trailer than me actually watch the trailer. So, yeah. But yeah, that's going to be a big one. I'm really looking forward to Weapons. See what's going on out in the chat here. Oh, Joe just brought up Weapons. I hope it's going to be good. I certainly hope it's going to be good. Punisher Batman fans looking forward to MK2. Richard's looking forward to MK2. Any news on the Talisman? Is that a new Stephen King adaptation that's supposed to be happening?
They hitting everything. I haven't really heard anything new about that though.
Not heard it. Not now. Toxic Avenger. I'm looking forward to that one. I'll definitely check that one out.
Bucket apparently. Breaking news too because I just saw that flash on my phone.
What's it gonna be?
Peter Dinklage size?
I guess it's probably just going to be his nasty head.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else that they would do.
I mean, they could do like a mop bucket maybe with like
that'd be cool.
Goo coming out of it or something.
Yeah, there's a video out there. It's a toxic waste bucket.
I wanted life-size Peter Dinklage popcorn.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Have you seen the popcorn bucket for the Fantastic Four? With I forget that character's name. They want like $80 for that. Galactus. They want like $80 for that on the Regal or Cinemark website.
I
Like,
saw it in person. I'm not a fan, so I'm not getting it, but it looked like a pretty damn cool popcorn bucket.
Like it lights up and it's huge. So I mean, like, yeah.
I was gonna say, Horror Orman brought something up. I was gonna bring up on the stream. There's a Hellraiser game coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how?
The trailer looks really good for that one. It's a single player game. Your girlfriend has been dragged into hell by the Cenobites. Okay. You go into hell to try and save her.
Okay, so I've already played this game. It's called Shadows of the Damned.
Did it have Pinhead in it?
Well, no, but it's from Suda51. It's a really good game.
It's not the same.
Was anybody else caught way off guard by that trailer's opening for that game?
Oh, well,
the Red Band. If you watch the Red Band trailer, I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, we're getting into it, ain't we?
Yeah. Like I was thinking, I don't know if I'll be able to play this on my channel because like it starts out pretty hot and heavy. But yeah, like Doug Bradley's come back to voice Pinhead. It's got the classic, foursome of the female Cenobite, the Butterball, the Chatterer, and you go into Leviathan to rescue your lady from the clutches of the Cenobites. So it looks good. I'm excited for that one too.
Thank God it's not another asymmetrical multiplayer game or whatever.
Oh, I know.
I don't know how you could do that in a Hellraiser with Hellraiser, but yeah. But I mean, so we are also, speaking of those kinds of games, I guess we're getting a new Friday. We're either getting a new Friday the 13th game. They're either going to revive the old one or both potentially. That's something that could be announced tomorrow in the Jason Universe panel too.
It's just going to be a pachinko machine. This is a gambling machine. That's all it's going to be.
That's what they've done with the COD games for about the past 10 years. So, yeah. And the Halloween, they've been working on some kind of Halloween game forever too, that I've not heard any updates on in a long time. Although I don't know if this is true or not, but there was a follower of mine on Instagram sent me a post about, the Halloween TV series is dead. Insiders have confirmed the Halloween TV series is dead, which I mean is not a surprise. I've not heard anything new about that thing in forever. So,
Jamie Lee Curtis is busy filming the next Freaky Friday. That's why they had to cancel the TV series.
That's it. Thank you all for 61 likes on the stream. If you've not dropped a like, please do so. Oh, I forgot about the poll. So can Blumhouse make a good Friday the 13th? 17% says yes. 33% says no. 30% says maybe. And 20% says God help us all. So there's some hope out there. Anything you guys want to talk about? I've pretty much covered everything that I wanted to discuss. Anything else on your all's minds tonight? Jeremy's good, Jules. He's asleep, dreaming of tacos and killing. So,
anybody going out to see anything new this week? There's a lot out right now. There's like 5 horror movies at the theater right now. I know Bambi: The Reckoning. Lauren's got his tickets.
I don't know if that's playing anywhere near me.
It's got a lot of screens nationwide.
Yeah, it's a wide release.
I've actually seen posts, like early reviews, people saying that it's like really good.
Really?
I just wish that trend would die off already.
The trailer looked ridiculous, but the theater I was in loved it. I'm not gonna go see it, but it definitely got a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if that thing's playing anywhere near. Not that I would, I'll see it when it hits VOD, but like I don't know if I want to run out and watch it in theaters.
Bambi does not look great. There's that much.
Well, I saw a post a little while ago. Somebody said this is the best public domain horror movie. I'm thinking like there's not a high bar there to begin
Exactly.
with, really. So
God,
This is the best, worst
Matt
movie.
Tinkerbell. I mean, come on.
This
Oh,
turd
geez.
tastes way better than the other turd.
Mhm.
let's
Ashland, Bowling Green, Frankfurt, Georgetown, Lexington, Louisville, Owensboro, Pikesville.
also, so it's nearby. I could go watch it if I
It's
wanted
here.
to.
I'm not gonna go see it.
There's also a found footage ghost movie called House of Eden. Apparently, YouTubers did it or
Yep.
influencers of some kind. I've got that booked. I did see Together, which if you go, there's a pretty cool poster they're giving away, depending, I guess, on your theater.
Is that this weekend?
I saw an early screening for it, but it is this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see that.
Together looks good.
No.
Looks like my theater, my nearest Regal is going to be playing that Witchboard remake or whatever.
Good luck.
I didn't even know
It's,
that was out.
I've
Chuck
heard-
Russell film. It looks
And
like
Eli
a shot for
Roth
$3.50.
Eli Roth presents Jimmy and Stiggs. This first I'm
Ooh.
hearing of this one.
That's
No,
Joe
actually-
Begos' new movie. I'm very excited about that.
It's
It's
a
not
Fathom
rated.
event, so you'll have 3 days, I think.
Well, okay, and it's not his new movie. It's a movie he's releasing now that he made during COVID. But
There's also another Fathom event this I think the first day is this Sunday, Ick, which
Ick.
is kind of like a blob. It looks
Brandon
good. Brandon Routh, yeah.
Good to see see your old new Superman still out there getting work.
He was a pretty solid actor. He just kind of got derailed big time by that movie. But
He was attached
Yeah.
to Walking Dead really early on too.
yeah, he was gonna play Rick, I believe.
Rick, yeah.
that would have been a very different show.
That
Oh,
would
it
have,
would've
yeah.
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 But
Is anybody going to be watching the new Naked Gun?
That looks hilarious from the trailer I
Maybe?
saw.
I don't know.
that's gonna be Liam Neeson's career now. It's like he's
He's
gonna
gonna
be
be
an
Leslie Nielsen.
action star.
Dude,
and
he's got that same like awkward confidence. Like he nails the Leslie Nielsen routine, I think.
he's different from Leslie Nielsen, but it is funny how the careers kind of started off very, very different. You're gonna get the Liam Neeson sex comedy now. Like he's gonna go back to college to relive his glory days. You're gonna get a million Liam Neeson comedies.
Mel Brooks's final thing that he does is going to be a Liam Neeson collaboration.
Yeah,
There you go.
get him in Spaceballs too.
And Busta Rhymes is in that. He's in the trailer, remember? It's like, oh, so you were convicted of manslaughter. It's manslaughter.
Dude,
That joke must have been funny.
Joke's on you now.
that had me rolling, dude. That simple joke is so funny. When you first hear it. Like I was rolling on that one.
Must have been some joke.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You mean manslaughter?
Nobody 2 is dropping soon. Any fans of the first Nobody?
No.
Never
It
saw it.
was okay. We still
Is
need
that
to
the
know.
one with what's his name?
The comedian, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
Bob
I liked it.
I
I'm
like
not like freaking out that there's a sequel, but I liked the first one.
Kind of surprised they're making a sequel. I didn't think that one was like a big enough movie, but
It was a VOD thing. I don't know if it had a theatrical. I mean, it was during.
No, I saw it in the drive-in.
Okay, yeah, I think it was like when they were doing like The Wretched and Relic had its run and everything. I don't even know if it was meant to be theatrical though. That was just a bizarre time.
that scene in the bus, the big fighted scene in the bus, is pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on out in the chat. Ghost is going to give Naked Gun a shot. Okay, all right. We got some nastiness in the chat too. Whatever you and Dan do behind closed doors, keep that to yourselves, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. That's your all's business. Okay, don't make it private or make it public.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I like the first one, but the second one doesn't look great. Cody Rhodes is a bartender in The Naked Gun, really?
He is.
That's right, he is. Yeah,
Isn't he going to be Guile in the Street Fighter movie?
that's what he's supposed to be casted as. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
I don't know how I feel about him as an actor. I don't know.
They let Jean-Claude Van Damme do it last time.
Jean-Claude Van Damme's a legend, John.
He's also French, so it didn't really make a whole lot of sense. Or not French, he's, what is he?
Belgian.
Yeah.
Belgian.
Are you dissing the Street Fighter movie, Jonathan?
No, I love it. I'm just saying that anything makes
I
more
was
sense.
just checking. Man.
It's just logically that didn't make a ton of sense, right? So
Can't replace Raul Julia. He was
No, you can't.
still hamming it up even when he was dying.
Yeah. Anything else on your all's minds tonight you want to discuss? Anything? It's too bad we don't have Swaggy here to give us a moment of swag. I think this episode could really use a moment of swag.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does. Slasher Home Video, Chris, help us. What's something swaggy that you can impart on us?
Oh no. Well, hold on. Give me a second.
Okay. All right.
Make it good.
I feel too much pressure, dog. I'm gonna let you down.
Hold on. Let me do this.
Ask
too.
Tall Chris.
No, we're giving you the floor, man. You got the whole thing, man.
Moment of swag.
Okay,
if you ever have a chance to wear a clown nose in public, do it. There's your moment of swag.
I have one if Clown Nose didn't seal it. The Lionsgate Limited site. If any of you guys picked up anything from that, because that seems where you're going to have to get your Vestron titles now.
Oh, really?
I'm very bitter about this.
But not bitter enough that you still ordered Ghoulies 3.
No, I ordered Ghoulies 3. Ghoulies 3, though, was my most wanted release for years. I couldn't not buy Ghoulies 3, but I wasn't happy about it.
They've got me by the balls on Frailty, though. I need to get Frailty.
Such a good movie. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize that this was exclusive to their website because I was looking on Amazon for Ghoulies. I was like, why is this not on Amazon?
From what I understand, it's all going to be Lionsgate Limited. I haven't had that confirmed, but I've had a few people tell me no. It's like there won't be any $10 to $12 Walmart drops for it anymore.
Well, yeah, they've chose a different business model. It is a predatory, shitty business model, but it makes them more money per unit or whatever, so they don't really care. It's so frustrating, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand. Those $10, $15 Vestron titles were great.
You would just pick it up automatically. Usually they were $12, I think, at Walmart, and it was just oh yeah, I'll grab it. Yeah. I don't know who's buying all of me for $30, $35.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing. I was thinking, I paid $30 for Ghoulies, but a couple years ago, I paid $25 for the Silent Night, Deadly Night collection, which is 3 movies, and they're roughly the same level of fan base and production value and stuff. So, something doesn't sit right with me on that because they outright own these titles. They're not paying for any crazy distribution rights. They're not going out like you think of Scream Factory and Vinegar Syndrome doing, where they're going out and sourcing this extra special features. They're not doing any of that. They're just changing the price and only selling it on their site. That's the difference. Yeah, and it's very frustrating.
I don't think the titles really. I mean, Vestron put out everything from Dementia 13 to the Wishmaster movies, so they were kind of all over the place. But I don't know. There's a few of those, like 976 Evil 2. I know is supposed to happen. Man, that's a ask for $35.
See, that's another one. If they release that,
you'll get it.
That'll be the last movie I buy from them, more than likely. And if they don't ever release it, then Ghoulies 3 might possibly be, because it's just
They
You're
did
about
put out May too. That's the only way you can get that.
Do you
opinions.
got,
Go ahead. Sorry.
this is going to be, I'm calling it right now. This is the release of the year.
Yes. A $45 copy of Mac and Me
Yeah.
is
You're-
without a question the thing I was asking for at the beginning of 2025. I
You're
got 50
goddamn
bucks
right.
that I just cannot get rid of.
Does it come with a tiny wheelchair?
Yes.
I mean, see, that's the thing, man. Like, I love Mac and Me, and I love May. I haven't bought either of them, and I'm probably not gonna unless I find them on sale for a reasonable price. Which with Mac and Me it's very possible. It like the next cycle of sales, it might be down to $25. You never know.
Yeah.
But it's
Or
just
go-
so
Ghost
it's so annoying how
Sorry.
it's just annoying how this like small group of like fanatic collectors have pushed the like industry into this like niche, like it's vapid, it's like predatory, it's like manufactured rarity and FOMO. It's just like I want the movies, man. If you offer me that Mac and Me and a DVD for $15, I'm gonna buy the DVD. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I want the movie. Like
The movie.
Unfortunately, it's that South Park episode where the direct TV guy is just like rubbing his nipples to you saying that. Like he's just
Ghost, it's $25, right? But then, like, unless you order over $100 on Lionsgate Limited, which I mean, you could, but I'm not going to do it. The shipping's like 10. It comes out to like $35 after.
yeah,
shipping.
it's like 35
Yeah.
is what you're looking at.
So, and I mean,
Okay.
I'm just not playing that game where it's like, well, if you spend $100, you get free shit. Well, fuck you. I'm just not going to do it then.
Yeah,
and I mean with Ghost, and I mean he's like defending it pretty hard. If you want to spend that,
Do it,
cool.
yeah.
But I don't. You know what I'm saying?
It's just
I don't want to because you're paying for fluff, and like in this case especially, it's like it's not even they're adding extra fluff to trick you into thinking it's worth that. They're just making it exclusive to their site. So you either get it here for this price or you don't get it at all. And that's like it's so fucking frustrating, dude.
yeah, it's not worth it, Ghost. Like I don't care for how that goes. Like if that is the way it goes from now on, all titles are going to be $35 to $45. Then I'm done, and I'm cool with that. Like I'll buy used stuff for the rest of my life. There's still a ton of stuff that I don't have that I could use or I could want. Then I'm just done buying new stuff, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's a good thing because it's made me kind of reflect and realize that my collection doesn't need to grow that much more. I could probably thin it a little bit.
Yep.
Realistically.
Big shout out to Jess. We were actually talking about you earlier in the chat or in the stream, Jess. So shout out to Jess.
shout out. I don't know.
Has any?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I don't know if anybody even cares about this, but End of a Legacy, the late show.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was pretty crazy. It's just I don't know why they're not trying to replace or reboot that, considering the history, but it's all gone.
So the show is just I thought maybe they were just removing Colbert. They would bring somebody else in eventually. The whole thing's done.
The whole thing is done as of next year, which I don't know why they wouldn't try with somebody else, but
But it's a time shift.
It's not profitable.
yeah, I know people don't watch as much anymore, but still.
Inevitable. It's kind of inevitable.
But is that because the hosts aren't like I loved watching Conan O'Brien back in the day.
Loved
Conan. He was hilarious. I loved Conan. I liked Letterman. I wasn't a Leno guy, but I always
shout out
watched
to Craig Ferguson too. He's underrated.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of my
Ferguson's
favorites.
good.
He was the weird one.
He's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I just like there's nothing about a Stephen Colbert show or a Jimmy Fallon show or what's the Jimmy Kimmel. Like they just don't appeal to me.
So it used to be you'd turn into these late night shows to see celebrities outside of the films and television series. And this was the only place you could see them as just personalities. or the most commonplace anyway. But they'd also promote all kinds of other stuff. There'd be writers that would come on board. There's people who, the guy who ran the zoo would bring a truckload of animals in.
Mm-hmm.
There was comedy sketches. There was musical acts that you wouldn't see, unless you went to buy a ticket to see a concert, you wouldn't see a lot of this stuff. Problem is now there's a thing called the internet where you can get all those stuff and just what you want with none of the wrapping around it. So it's just not necessary to exist anymore, and it's catching up to it. If you had personalities that were compelling enough, maybe it could buck the trend. But honestly, to do it 5 nights a week or whatever, it's way too expensive for what you're going to get out of it.
Yeah.
And look, and let's be honest too. I mean, all those shows, the hosts are extremely political, and they're all one-sided. That turns off half your audience right there. So, no bad ratings.
If they were funny, if you were funny and you disagreed, you'd be okay.
Sure. But I don't think
Carlin was doing a late night, you'd be fine, right?
Right. Oh yeah. Exactly. Right. But I think that's it too. Like you're very political. It's a very politically charged time we're in, where the lines are drawn. And I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if you were funny or not. You're just going to turn off half your audience. Carlin may have been able to get it over, but comic today, I don't see that happening.
Well, nobody's Carlin. You know what I mean?
Well, no.
And they all got to stop thinking they're that.
Give Chevy Chase one last shot.
I'll watch that for sure. Has anybody seen the Spirit Halloween signs arriving in your area?
Not yet.
No, but I know there's I guess because of the tariffs or something, or blowback from that, like, isn't it going to be a late start for some of them to open?
There's my local one's already got the sign up. I don't know about an opening day, but they've already, and I've seen posts from people. Their signs are up in their towns and cities.
I'll give you guys a tip if you have it. At Home has some really cool Halloween stuff if you go in there.
Yeah, I've got some Halloween stuff from At Home, but at Home kind of they recently upped their prices like significantly, and that's caused them some issues.
They're on the verge of going completely out.
That would suck though. They do have some good stuff there.
Hit your Home Depots and your Lowe's once they get their stuff in. There's always cool stuff that you're not expecting.
Yeah, for sure. Jonathan, you're in the Spirit Halloween game. What are you hearing?
I did turn it down this year.
Really?
And I will explain that when we're not on air.
Okay, fair enough. You just told him, doesn't work for me, brother, and that was it.
It doesn't work for me, brother. That's what I told him.
He's decided he's exploring other opportunities.
Well,
Drop the leg on him. It's like he's going to Home Depot.
Yeah.
And Chris, I know, don't you like during the Halloween season? It's not a Spirit Halloween. It's more like a.
No, I work at a local Halloween shop.
Yeah. Okay. And is it open all year or just during the Halloween season?
No, it's like a pop-up shop.
Oh, okay.
The last couple of years, me and Chris owned Halloween in this town. Okay,
That's
you didn't.
Right,
nobody got any Halloween merch unless it came through us. Okay?
That's right, baby.
When is your shop opening? Do you want to promote it when it's opening? Do you want to?
Well, I mean, it's pretty local, so you'd have to live in like Western Kentucky to probably care, but it should be opening in well, we usually start setting up in August and then open by like early mid-September and then close in November.
Okay. Well, unless there's anything else you guys want to talk about, we've been going for like 2.5 hours. This has been a long one. But what do you have to say, brother?
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
somebody doesn't rip their shirt off, this whole thing is a failure.
I was never
Damn.
able to do it.
Damn.
Wait.
Dan.
I don't have the body for it, brother.
Well, Dan, tell us where we can find you on social media, sir.
You can find me on Flesh Wound Features and Visited by Voices Network, S'mores and Doors. I'm a YouTube whore, so I'm all over the place.
Just a regular order too.
Absolutely.
When is the next Flesh Wound show?
I think we've got Bikini Car Wash Company dropping in like 30 minutes, so you can check out that review.
That sounds like a great way to follow up this show with Bikini Car Wash.
Yeah, and we'll all be together in person in October, and it's going to be big. There should be a teaser for something in the next week, so keep an eye out. It'll be fun. All
right, very interesting. Okay, the next Metallica basis. Where can we find you on social media?
Like usual, just on Twitter at Bonus Pretzel. So I was going to say, is the Flesh Wound features going to appear on Epstein Island? Is that what the surprise is? Ruin it.
That would be a big surprise. I don't think we could renovate that and bring it back to respectability. That'd be tough.
They've purchased Epstein Island. They're turning it into Flesh Wound Island.
You got to think it would come at a pretty big discount. Like, the realtor is like, I gotta disclose some stuff in this.
They could finally throw the fire festival there.
Exactly.
House of the Dead 3. That's like where they do the raid.
Hell yeah. You didn't tell us. Oh, did you tell us where we could find Bonus Pretzel? Did you mention it?
Bonus Pretzel, yeah.
Okay, all right. Slasher Home Video, Chris. Where can we find you, sir?
Slasher Home Video on YouTube and retrocryptco.com.
And what's coming up on the Slasher Home Video channel?
I don't know. I mean, Halloween's looming. I usually try to amp up my uploads for that. My uploads have gotten really hairy, but I do those Halloween television episode guides. I'm probably going to keep that going.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of my videos are very like on a whim. I'm just like, I think I'm gonna do this today. And then it happens.
Okay. There's the Retro Crypt website there. Go check them out. Get all of your gear, all of your swag from there.
Sorry my moment of swag was so lame. I know it was, and I apologize.
That's
I'm no swaggy G.
You're no swaggy G. None of us are.
That's true.
None of us are. Jonathan, where can we find you, sir?
Hey, Lauren, when does Region Free come back?
In October.
In October, you can find me over at Visited by Voices 1 on Region Free every month on the 13th. And I'm also going to be on S'mores and Doors in like an hour, talking like Ozzy and Hulk and Severin. So
there you go. I'll be there too.
Sweet. Lauren, where can we find you, sir?
Amazon.com, Lauren Dixon. YouTube under at Lauren Dixon, and Visited by Voices 1 on the YouTube. And look, I painted Godzilla.
Beautiful.
Nice.
That's it.
I bet
anything. Are you working on any new anything you want to announce, or anything? Any new books or?
Yeah, I'm still waiting on some finalized dates for some things.
Okay.
You don't get into the publishing game and do it for, I don't know, immediate gratification. That's for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, no, this stuff coming, it will be in this calendar year. I can't elaborate more than that, I guess.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Let me do some shout outs here in the chat. Who's still with us? We've got Jessica. Oh, well, what? Jessica. Oh, my God. Okay. All right. There's the real Jess from Cable Channel 11. Thank you for hanging out with us. We had Punisher Batman fan here hanging out with us. Horror Orban fun stream. To all my little Hulkamaniacs, say your prayers, take your vitamins. You'll never go wrong. That's true. That's true. Speaking of Swaggy, there he was. He was hanging out with us in the chat tonight. Crypt Keeper was here with us. Daphne was here with us. Our boy Orc was here with us. Richard Strange. Let's see who else was hanging with us tonight. Brian Trash was here. Thank you, sir. 4K Tent Revival. Thank you for being here tonight. Let's see. Haley Bittinger. Thank you. Cliff, thank you for being here. And appreciate all of y'all being here hanging out with us tonight. And big shout out to all you fine folks. Thank you for hanging out and shooting the bull with me on helping to make this lousy week a little brighter. So I appreciate it. We'll see you guys again in the future. Take care. And until then, peace.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.